The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
And now, it's time for Your Blog Sucks.
Another day, come on, with these ropes tied, can we do no wrong? Now we grieve, 'cause now it's gone. Things were good when we were young. With my teeth back down, I can see the blood of 1,000 men who have come and gone. Now we grieve, 'cause now it's gone. Things were good when we were young. Used to say, come on.
Elvis, this is our 9th Festivus episode in a row. 9 in a row. Happy Festivus to you.
9 in a row, 8 of them recorded on the actual day, 1 recorded on the 22nd.
Why was that? Were you busy?
I can't remember why.
You moved it to 22nd.
I did move it. I did. Was it the weather? Or
it might have been. Like, if we know a storm is coming,
I think it was the weather.
Which would have been smart. Like, it doesn't sound like us.
No, it
like, that to me is a reasonable, smart thing to do, but it doesn't sound like you and I at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. I was getting ready and...
But lest we forget, you come all the way from North Oshawa. I have to climb down a flight of stairs.
That's right. That's right. I was getting ready this morning and Mrs. Elvis is like, what are you doing? And I'm like,
Didn't you know what day it was? You're like, what day is it?
I'm going to go record the Festivus episode. And she's like, oh, God.
Every year. Now, you made a remark that is very unusual, which you said in North Oshawa, there is... Well, you could do it on the mic. What are you doing there? Okay,
yeah, I'm doing it on the mic.
Okay, we'll go. There we go. Okay, so Elvis, I'm going to do play-by-play. Elvis?
Didn't you say something about it having to be 11 or something? That's fucking bullshit. It's 9:46, baby.
For you, yeah. But when a guest comes over for a 9:30 recording, which was your scheduled time, but you're late, but hold on, I'm going to tie it to the weather in a minute. But... I absolutely will make a decision. Like, if it's 9:30 recording, I typically won't say, will you have a beer with me?
Right.
But if it's an 11 o'clock recording, which many are, I will always say, will you have a beer with me?
That's reasonable. That's reasonable, I think, because you generally don't know.
Mike Richards popped it at 7:30 a.m. or something like that.
You generally don't know the people that are on the show intimately, right?
I'm only intimate with you.
Correct.
You know that.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, but the weather, quick. I got to do a weather. I feel like I'm humble and Fred doing a weather update here. But you in North Oshawa have less snow on the ground than you see here in South Etobicoke.
Correct. But
that's not usual.
The reason for my delay is that there was a massive car fire on the 401 on the other side going eastbound. And so, of course, the westbound lanes were a little bit slower.
Shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. I hope everybody's okay over there. Brad, we got to pick up.
There's definitely, I'm not sure unfortunately, I'm not sure that person made it.
Oh, my goodness.
It was pretty bad.
Terrible. I hope they weren't Christian because that would ruin people's Christmas. Right?
Wow.
This is the 9th Festivus in a row where we air our grievances. What do we do for the 10th? Like,
I don't know. Like when
we do anything different?
Yeah, I mean, I think it has to be an extravaganza.
Well, we got.
I don't know.
Should it be public? Somewhere public? Like Jeremy Hopkins is good at finding us like public sites where we could plug in and people are excited we're there. Let's do it. Like, I'm going to just shout out the people on the live stream, okay? And wonder aloud in my mind, would they show up for a live recording of a Festivus episode next year, 2026? But I want to shout out the aforementioned Jeremy Hopkins. I want to say hello to Andrew Ward. Chris Ward, that's not Christopher Ward, who's an FOTM. This is a different Chris Ward, but unrelated to Andrew Ward. Greg Siskinen, Hey Ref, who else is here? Lieve Fumpka, friend of yours and mine.
Yes.
FOTM Hall of Famer, unlike you. Moose Grumpy.
Also friend.
Also future FOTM Hall of Famer. Neil Jays. Chap named Neil who loves the Blue Jays, but a lot of people there for this live recording. But I wonder,
and it's early. I mean, like, shouldn't people be working too? It's
do people work on December? Typically, do people work on December 23rd?
I don't know.
Are you working today?
Yes.
Do you work tomorrow?
Yeah, technically yes, but no, of course not. I'll check my teams every once in a while, but that's about it.
Okay, one more person on the live stream I purposely didn't shout out because I'm going to ask you about this shirt I'm wearing right now. So can you read the shirt I'm wearing right now?
I read the liner notes.
Okay, so I received this shirt at a very early TMLX event as an homage to the Molly Johnson episode of Toronto Mic'd, which is one of the very few episodes you've listened to.
Yes, second second favorite episode of Toronto Mike.
After Gino Vanelli.
Gino Vanelli's.
But we recorded a recap.
That was the best. I wish we could do more of that. That was so much fun.
Well, you got to listen.
It's so
'Cause
ridiculous.
If you listen and say, I need to talk
I know,
about
but if
that.
you told me which ones to listen to, then that would be...
Well, listen to all of them. You're going backwards. Okay.
Yes.
But I'm wearing this shirt because I've always read it one way, and I wonder if I'm reading it wrong. It is a gift from Andy, who's on the live stream. Andy gave me this shirt at a very early TMLX event.
That's very
and
nice.
I've always, because of Molly Johnson, I always read it as I read the liner notes, but it probably is I read the liner notes.
Oh, good call. Yeah. What is it? We need clarification.
Like, okay, so
This is-
because I've had now, because how many TMLX? I think we're going back now, like, I don't know, 7-8 years or something. I don't know. I rock this shirt for Andy and for the Molly Johnson episode of Toronto Mic'd, which didn't win me any podcast awards. It took many years later. But I want to know from the live stream. I just assume it's I read the liner notes as a response to Molly. But of course, this shirt wasn't custom made. So it probably was marketed as I read the liner notes.
Yeah, I think it's I read.
And
I got
I've
got two questions for you.
Yeah.
When did TMLX start? Did the Festivus episode start before TMLX or?
Good question. I don't have an answer off the top of my head because
Okay.
we're 9 years removed from the first Festivus. This
Correct.
is the 9th in a row.
Yes.
When did the first TMLX happen?
I don't
Good
know.
question.
I don't know.
I'm going to go into the art. It's probably 2018, so probably Festivus went first.
Okay. And then second question is, of all of your sub-genre episodes or whatever, your special episodes?
Sub-series?
Sub-series, that's it. Are there ones that predate Festivus or no?
I'm going to say no.
Because you have like Toast and you have
that Toast came with the pandemic, so that
right.
shows up in
Yeah,
2020.
and then you have like the Mark Weisblatt ones.
Maybe that predates this, maybe, although they're now on hiatus. 'Cause
Why?
We haven't... Well, because it takes two to tango.
Okay.
Maybe that should be one of my grievances. We're going to get to the grievances, but one of my grievances is Mark Weisblatt doesn't visit anymore, and I even said as recently as yesterday, we should do a 2025 retrospective with 1236's Mark Weisblatt, like next week.
Right.
No interest at this moment in his life.
Really?
But it's not like he's going on another rival podcast or he's not going on Canada Land. I haven't heard Mark Weisblatt's voice on a publicly accessible podcast since he popped on my mics in the summer of 2024 when I was set up at Christie Pitts for a Toronto Maple Leafs baseball game managed by your dear friend Rob Butler.
I do a pre-Festivus or a Festivus Eve podcast on Canada Land. Yeah, and they
They would,
it.
you know what?
I'd
Canada
pay
Land
them,
would be
pay them to produce
oh,
it and everything.
You'd have to pay them because they want a bunch of ears.
Oh God.
Where I don't care if I get a bunch of ears. I only want the ears that belong to Jeremy Hopkin or Moose Grumpy or Lieve Fumka or Stephanie Wilkinson. Like, these are the ears I want. Leslie Taylor. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
I don't care about the number. I care about what ears I'm getting here. What are your thoughts? And then I have to set the table by reminding listeners who the fuck you are. And then I do want to talk
Because
about
there's always
TMLX
people who
21.
are like, why is this guy on the show?
Because you're not famous.
Well,
outside the TMU.
I wouldn't say I'm famous in the TMU, but I can't believe I just said TMU.
You are famous in the TMU. I have an update for you there. Can you tell me your thoughts? Because you're a big Elvis fan. I
Yes.
call you Elvis.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this song?
I fucking love this song. It's a great song. I remember when I went to Memphis, I've been there 3 times, and the last time I walked down Beale Street and was playing this song in my AirPods. Yeah.
I didn't know where that would go, but I kind
I
of
like
hoped it
this
would
song.
go this way.
Who doesn't like this song? It's
Rob
so,
Bruce.
It's not offensive.
The last toast I played it.
It's got a choir. Who doesn't like songs with choir?
Bob Willett, who's he's probably your age. I'm going to say Bob's your age. When do you turn 50?
Next year, I think.
So Bob, you don't know? Hold on. Are you doing a bit there, or you had to think on it, like when you turn 50?
I did. I have to think.
Okay,
I
so you're
asked
born
my-
in 76.
Correct.
Okay, same
Yes.
with Bob Willett, okay?
Yes.
So there's a whole cohort of FOTMs turning 50 next year. A bunch of us already did it. I already did it. I'm way ahead of you. But Bob Willett and I are like, we love this song. What a great song. And Rob Bruce is all like, I don't like. It's okay. It's fine, but he doesn't care for this song, and I thought that was mind blowing because Rob Pruce is a liker. He likes stuff. You know what I mean?
It's a good song. I mean, I'm not offended that he doesn't like it, but
Well, I'm not offended he doesn't like it either. I didn't own that.
but it seems like it's a big thing for
and it's
you
got
that he doesn't
piano
like
in it, and he's a piano guy. What about this version? And then we're gonna set the table here. Did,
Also good. Anything by Cher is good. She has such a great voice. I love Cher.
do you know she's 80?
I didn't know that she was 80, but I knew she was old.
Is 80 old?
Yeah, I'd say
Asking for
so.
a friend here. Hold on. Okay,
Although
so
her boyfriend's probably 30 or whatever she's camping at, whoever she's camping out with these days.
I have a note from Moose Grumpy who saw Cher on SNL this past weekend.
Oh, that's right. And she was there with Ariana Grande, wasn't she?
Right. And says she'll be 80 in May, so I want to get that right. So she's exactly 30 years older than you, Elvis, so
That's
you're too old
crazy.
for her. But Jeremy Hopkins...
It's crazy.
Jeremy Hopkins reporting that the first TMLX event was July 19, 2018, which means the Festivus ep came first,
Yeah.
but not by much.
Was I at that first one? I think I was.
I don't know.
Wasn't I? I can't remember.
It was at Great Lakes Brewery.
I was at 2 or 3 of them at Great Lakes. I co-hosted a couple of them, I think.
So let's not bury this lead. Let's cover this, who you are. We'll start by me thanking you for co-hosting TMLX 21 at Palma's Kitchen last month.
Always a good time. I'm not sure what to expect ever. And then you
Well, you
asked
and me both.
And then you asked me to play bad cop or good cop. Bad cop, can't remember which
No,
one.
you're bad.
And then, right. But then
But you weren't-
It's
you
your
didn't do a
show.
good job.
No, it's your show. Like you do such a great job of moving people in and out. And then, yeah, it was fun.
Do you
It's
know
good.
we recorded 3 hours and 15 minutes and neither of us went for even a pee break?
Yeah, that's I usually go for a pee break.
Well, we were
yeah.
drinking beer.
Yeah.
3 hours plus, and neither of us had to leave
Craziness.
for a nature
Craziness.
break. And by the way, I know I banged this home on the show, but when that's all done and you got your 3 hours and 15 minutes and you realize, okay, 0 breaks, but 0 edits.
Yeah.
Like it's completely as it happened in the room.
It's a feat of strength, really, is what it is. To be able to do that.
Bring
for
it back
that
to
long,
Festivus.
It really is.
Well, so thank you for co-hosting. You're always my first call when it comes to co-hosting these.
Thanks, Mike.
TMI
I don't know
events.
why, but I do enjoy it. It is fun. And now that
But you didn't. But if you had listened to the 3 hours and 15 minutes, you'd be like, perfect, no notes.
yeah, totally no.
Any
notes. Of
highlights
course
at
not.
all? Like when I think about it, it's a bit of a blur, but you have a lot of Hebsy off the top, and there's the Mike Richards, and then there's a Mike Epple, and there's a Carla Collins, and there's a Larry Fedoric, and then along the way you have like an Ed Souza, and you have a Professor Pricklethorn.
Well, the Marv guy was a highlight for me. What does he do? The Circle of Radio or something?
He's got a streaming, like a radio streamer that airs Toronto Mic'd episodes.
Correct. On Sunday nights, I believe he said. So he was a highlight
Perfect.
for me. But then there's also the guy who tells amazing stories.
Jerry
that-
Levitan.
The John Lennon story, which he's told before. He went into greater detail, I think, last time.
Well, he's been here for the deepest dive into that, but that's
He's
Sir
so
Jerry,
great.
and
he's
he is
so great. Yeah, I love that guy. And then Hebsy was great. He signed. I bought both of his books. Signed them. They're going to be Christmas
Amazing.
presents
Amazing for me, right?
to me from me, but they'll show up in a stocking, I'm sure.
So thanks again to Palma Pasta for hosting. I got a lasagna for you, Elvis.
Love Anthony.
You're not leaving here without a pasta. Yeah,
I just
Anthony loves
had
you.
a lasagna from them last week.
And we touched on that origin story, but like if you in a nutshell, and again, I don't know how much you want to disclose, but like, so you were a co-host of this program, firstly, but secondly, before I started Toronto Mic'd, you got me a job in pornography. Is that correct?
I did. Although you correctly say that it wasn't actually, it was software development is what it was.
Well, I don't want people. I don't
Right.
like pretend. Like sometimes it's funny that people assume I acted. Maybe like
Correct.
that's fine. Like I wasn't
Right.
acting.
I was-
in the
I was an
pornography.
agent.
I was
an
like the
agent.
digital web guy.
Yeah. And so like we would chat all the time because it was a crazy place to work. And we developed it's not often that a recruiter, becomes friends with someone that they place, but we did because the stories were so great. And I was so curious as to like,
Yeah, because there's a madman running
was
the
going
show
on.
over there,
Yeah.
and a very, very pretty famous rich person who was
Yeah.
financing the whole thing.
Yeah.
and he was bananas.
And the stories were just like, they were great. And yeah. So, and then, yeah. So that.
So I think after 6 months, I might have like written a detailed, like an email to you about what's going on in this this hotel room at Avenue Road in Bloor. Because we were across from the ROM.
Correct. So you were close to where I work too. And I remember that because I would ask, like, what is it that you see, or like, you know, and the closest that it came to porn was like a Playboy on the coffee table. Or
no, except on my computer screen, because my job involved affiliate links for porno sites.
Right, but yeah, yes, but it wasn't like there was
there wasn't porn like happening live in the room.
Correct. Right, and you weren't editing.
Although
it
the
or
owner
anything.
might have liked that. I don't know, but there's a lot going on there. But
He's a weird
so we
dude.
became buds.
Yes.
And then in the early days, you were on many episodes co-hosting, and I enjoy thoroughly. Obviously, this is the 9th in a row. I thoroughly enjoy the Festivus catch up with you. We're gonna air Grievances. Can I? This is not a grievance. It's the opposite of a grievance. But can I share that I'm gonna come out of the closet? Okay. Are you ready?
Boy. Yes. Again.
How's that beer taste?
It's fantastic.
Again.
I've got the Canuck Pale Ale. It's a classic. It's good. And then the other one here that I will also have is the Premium Lager.
Those are probably the two big guys outside the IPA universe.
Yeah. I find the IPAs, like any IPA, not just GLB, the people go crazy with the hops. Like, I like a good IPA, but it doesn't need to be like 15% and like, you know, practically a fucking soup. You know,
like when you have a moment, what's the percentage of alcohol in that burst that you have? This one.
Oh, the burst.
Because that's a very that's to
only
me
4.5.
Yeah, it's 4.5. That's a tasty IPA. And if you're not looking for too much alcohol in your IPA, honestly, I'm here to tell you the fighting weight Octopus wants to fight. That's my go-to during the winter.
Yeah, the
while I
Octopus
wait
is
for the
good.
sunny side.
I like the Octopus. It's good. There's not necessarily GLB, but like some of these hoppy ones are crazy. This is one of my favorite Christmas songs, by the way. It's fucking great.
Okay, that's where I'm going actually, which is that I recently watched a documentary about this song. Like I don't remember where.
There's a documentary about this song?
Yeah, I watched it last week.
So not the Wham one?
Not the Wham one.
Oh wow!
So there's a documentary.
Where do we see this?
Well, I have I don't know if you have access to somebody we call Stella. Do you have access to this?
I do not,
So
no.
I don't know where it originated. It might be Netflix. I don't know for sure. But there is a Last Christmas documentary. It's fairly recent, like only a couple years old maybe. And I watched it last week. And it's like, obviously, everybody who's in the video, which was filmed at a Swiss ski resort or something.
Oh, right. Yes.
Everyone who's
I'm remembering
alive.
the video now.
Because the video, here's the funny thing with the video. The video was, they're all friends. They're all friends of Andrew and George, the two
Yes.
members of Wham.
Yes.
One of whom is shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. You wept openly when
I
we
did.
talked about
I
him.
did. His anniversary of his death is in 2 days.
Yeah, he died on Christmas Day.
It's
Absolutely.
crazy.
So,
Again, for those new listeners, that's a celebrity death that caught me off guard. Like, really caught me off guard.
it was very sudden and hit you hard.
Yeah, it did hit me hard. I couldn't. I was like, I remember openly weeping about it and being like, why am I crying about George Michael dying? But yeah, maybe one of my grievances that I'll talk about.
Okay.
There's a song.
We're gonna get to that
There's
soon.
a song queued up that will maybe explain it a little bit. I don't know. I still can't explain it.
There's going to be a lot of George Michael on this episode because we'd have it no other way. We'd have it no other way.
I do like George Michael though.
Yeah, me too.
He's good.
The Faith CD
Yes.
was I spun it 100 times.
Yeah,
Elvis.
me too. Yeah, totally.
And I Make It Big. So Make It Big was the Wham cassette I played over and over again as a kid.
Yep. True. Me too. So
I watched this doc.
Okay.
You can interject, of course.
I was going to say, so they interviewed everybody who's still alive from the video.
Everybody who was in the video, it turns out they were all real-life friends who all went to Switzerland to film this, except they hired a model to play George's love interest in the video.
Of course.
So she was parachuted in this doc. They all reunite, including the model who wasn't a part of the friend group. So it's all a bunch of friends getting back together. Obviously, George no longer with us, but everybody else is alive. And Andrew's there, and everybody's back together. Pepsi is her name. There's all these people who are like backup singers for Wham, and they're all friends. You probably learned about this in the Wham documentary, but there's a model, a British model, who was hired to be the love interest for George, and she comes back for this to kind of have like they reunite, and it's all interesting. But they go back to when they talk about how George Michael, his big thing was he wanted a Christmas #1 in his home of England, where it's a big deal to get a Christmas number one single. We don't give a fuck over here. But in England, this is huge. Get your Christmas number one. And this song, he goes, I got it. This is the number one. And he does it all. Andrew Ridgeley had the best job in
He really
music.
did. He really did. Although he was, I mean, if you watch the Wham documentary, he's a, you know,
He's a motivational, like, he helps motivate.
Yes.
George Michael.
Yeah. And I think he recognized, based on what I remember from the doc, I think he recognized George's talent.
Of course.
And sort of like did what he could.
And he was so
to, like,
shy. George Michael was so shy that
Yes.
Andrew had to kind of give
yeah,
him like
he did
confidence.
what he could, to push him forward.
But, you know, musically, he didn't add anything. Okay, so
Yeah.
George writes this thing. He plays all the parts. He produces it. It's 100% a George Michael solo endeavor. Last Christmas, I'm talking about. But in the documentary, which you really need to see, like, they play his vocals to tell you how amazing his vocals were. And I have pulled, so when you hear nothing, which is right now, it's because there's a musical part. But if you listen. So this is Last Christmas, just George.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special.
So great.
So there's some instrumentation here.
What does Rob Bruce think of this? Is he a
I don't
fan
know.
of this song?
I'll ask him. You know what? I'll ask him. I bet you. I don't know. But now I'm going to, all these songs I just took for granted that we all like. I'm here to say, even though this gets played a lot, and he's about to come back, George, I don't want to talk over him. But
Once bitten and twice shy, I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you
man.
recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. Happy Christmas. I wrapped it up and sent it.
That's boner
with
material
a
right
note
there.
Saying I love you, I meant
I should
it.
isolate that.
Now I know what a fool I've been. But if you kissed me now, I know you'd fool me again. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year,
That's him on him.
to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away.
Love it.
This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Oh,
hello to Midtown Gord, who has joined us on the live stream. Oh, sorry, George. We're still going here. Hold on. Moose Grumpy says this is called Wham! Last Christmas Unwrapped, and it's on Netflix. So you can watch it tonight. That could be your Festivus
Yeah,
viewing.
I think I will.
Andy says George Michael had. Oh, sorry, George. George's gonna go in bed. George had the voice of an angel.
Who said that?
Andy.
Yeah, okay.
Dan J is here. Hello, Dan. And
my God, I thought you were someone to rely on. Me,
Oh.
I guess I was a shoulder to cry on. A face on a lover.
I promise I'm
with a
moving on, but I gotta
fire's
let him
heart.
finish. Hold on.
A man undercover, but you tore me apart. Ooh, now I found a real love. You'll never fool me again. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Face on a lover with a fire in his heart. Gave you my man I'll give it to someone. I'll give it to someone special.
So good. That's great.
How do you feel inside right now? Oh, sorry, George. George. I thought you were
Keeps
done,
going.
George. Holy smokes. How do you feel right now in the cockles of your heart?
I cockled. Yeah, it's great. It really is great. You know, it's the 70s and 80s were funny because they're like George Michael and like Freddie Mercury. I feel like
Elton John?
Elton, well, not so much
I
Elton
thought you were
John.
going to tell me about all the proud gay men who couldn't be publicly gay.
Well, yeah, but I didn't we feel like we knew Elton John? I just remember like when my mom found out George Michael was gay, it was like, are you kidding me? Like it was like such a surprise.
Right. Liberace?
Yeah. And then like now you look back and you're like, you know,
yeah.
look at this.
My memory
generalize,
of Elton is because he had the big song Rocket Man and he talked about his
Yes.
wife and stuff. And
Yeah.
I think it was left ambiguous for a long time.
I don't know. I
don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was funny. Like, I mean, now you look back and you're like, well, I don't know if you're going to apply stereotypes. Like he fit like so many of them, right? And
what
like,
are those stereotypes?
Well,
Elvis?
like I don't know, just like the Faith cover. I mean,
the
like
fact he likes to openly open mouth kiss men.
yeah. I mean, he kind of looked like a Village People person, like you know, like in that the leather and the cross earring and stuff like that, like just very like just some stuff there that you know clearly George was trying to tell us something without telling us something.
Well, it turns out when he did come out of the closet, he burst out like the Kool-Aid man.
He really did, because didn't he get cut?
He got caught. Yes, that's the famous
glory
story.
holes and stuff, right?
Well, he got caught in a public men's room having, hooking up with anonymous men in a men's room. And then I guess that outed him, I suppose.
I think so,
that
yeah.
scandal. And then he says, I'm out now. Watch out, world. I'm going to be the gayest gay man in Gayville.
Yeah, but still love him.
Oh my God! Okay, so this episode's in memory of the late great George Michael. So how do we do this? You know,
Is it really?
Why not?
Okay.
It's my show. I can do what I want. So I have more audio for one of my grievances actually. But can we do a check-in? Unless you want to just like do the grievances and then tell us how you're doing as we proceed. But because I want to know how is Elvis doing? Even though I saw you at TMLX 21 and you were on these microphones, there's no opportunity really to check in with Elvis because it's chaos for 3 hours and 15 minutes.
And I think it was Andy, or was it Andy, or was it Stephanie Wilkinson who commented that I commented numerous times that there was like a lot of people there on the
Sounds like
podcast.
a Stephanie if I ever heard one.
There was a lot of people there. I kept looking up and being like, holy, because we were seated right on like this table and everyone's on like high tops.
Well, this is the first time we were on that side of the room where we could see people coming in.
Yeah,
and it felt to me at times like we had outgrown that room, and I got notes from people who came, couldn't find parking, saw it was so busy and left.
I saw you put that in. You messaged that, and that's sad.
So what do we do? So can I ask you, what should we do? Because I plan to do this again for the last Saturday of November 2026. If we're still alive, Elvis, we don't take anything for granted.
Wow.
Okay, someone pull that clip and shout out Relief Funeral Home if it you know what happens. But if we all get together at noon on this date, which I could probably look up if I open my Google Calendar, and what do we do differently next year? Do we just that's just the way it is? Do we rein it in? What are your thoughts? What if this gets bigger? I only just won a Canadian Podcast Award.
I think you do it at Palma Pasta.
So you don't change a thing, you're saying?
No, I don't think you change
it.
a thing. You like saying that. You like saying I'm not changing anything.
Yeah.
The last Saturday in November is November 28th.
Okay, November 28th, 2026. We don't know what number it'll be, but it'll be a TMLX event. Put it in your calendars.
I think you still do it there. Anthony's a great sponsor. He's a great dude. It brings in a ton of business for him. Or I don't know, because you can't do. I was going to say maybe get a tent or something and do it outside, but the weather is the
weather outside is frightful.
It is very frightful because you could take over that.
No, let's face it. I'm asking you this as if I would change anything.
Unless maybe you don't change it, but make sure that you are publicizing the fact that you need to get there early, and or here's other places where you can park and walk.
Right. Now,
or get a shuttle bus.
Retro Festive, who stepped up. So I got to say hi to Ty the Christmas Guy for a moment before we get into your first grievance, because Ty the Christmas Guy put up his hand and said, I would like to sponsor Toronto Mike for November and December of 2025. So this is one of the, it's only a few episodes left this calendar year. So I gotta say, that's amazing because Ty the Christmas Guy was already an FOTM. He had been on. He gave gifts to a previous TMLX and no money exchanged hands.
We have the gift that he gave from TMLX. My Mrs. Elvis loves it. And
The leg lamp?
The leg lamp, and it is plugged in and has been plugged in since I got home.
Mine's plugged
She
in right
loves it.
now in the kitchen. I love it too. And I want to say thank you to Retro Festive. And it's not too late, everybody, to go to the Oakville store. I feel like the cash man. Doesn't he have a line about... No, his son. His son says, Dad, can I run the Oakville store? And then he goes, oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Speaking of the Kool-Aid
They're still
man.
in business, those?
100%. You kidding me? Russell Oliver at some point will be sitting in this basement, okay?
Can you
talk about it.
imagine?
What came first? I know what the answer. So the Kool-Aid man was going, oh, yeah.
Yes.
And then Russell Oliver, the cash man, used that as his catchphrase. It's the same thing, right? Oh, yeah.
You need to get him and Marv in here at the same time.
Oh, God.
That would be amazing.
I can't afford the insurance.
Would you really
No.
get Russell Oliver in here?
Why not? I just had Jack Berkowitz. Do you know this name?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Well, the only difference is obviously Berkowitz had a radio show. So we had to talk about, he got fired
Sure.
from all the AM radio stations or whatever. But other than that, like to me, they're very similar. They're both.
Russell, that would be hilarious.
I'd have Russell. I would invite Russell Oliver over. Ask him if I can run the Mimico store.
I think you just invited him now.
Russell,
If he's listening, Russell, get in touch. Come on.
Get in touch. So thank you to retrofestive.ca, and the promo code to save 10% is FOTM. Do you know what? Here's a big trivia question for you, Elvis. Do you know what FOTM stands for?
I have no fucking idea.
Is that the truth, or are you doing a bit
Yeah,
now?
It's the Friends of Toronto Mike.
Okay, so FOTM saves you 10%. Thank you to Retro Festive. You have your
Doing a
Great Lakes
bit.
beer. Great Lakes is back in 2026. Those guys have been around as long as Festivus has been around.
Yeah, they
for us.
have been. Yeah.
They're amazing. We've done 10 years at least with
That's
Great
amazing.
Lakes.
That's so great. What a partnership.
And what a partnership with the Petrucci family and Palma Pasta.
Yeah,
we
he's been
will be
around for a
back
long
there
time,
in
too.
November 2026.
He's been around for a long time too.
Will you be co-hosting that episode with me?
I mean, if you'll have me, sure.
I'm asking you right now.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I don't.
Yes,
I just said I don't want to change anything.
I would love to. Yes, of course, I would love to.
Don't piss me
I'll
off
put it.
here.
I'll put it in my calendar.
All right, so we're obviously
Who was at TMLX that won't show up again? I know one person.
Carla Collins.
Carla Collins.
Okay, so Elvis, let me ask you, why don't you think Carla will show up again?
Well, because she asked you to do something, and
Well, do you want to have a quick chat about that before we get to the grievances? 'Cause
maybe
this is
that-
kind of a grievance.
maybe I think that's a grievance.
Okay, so can you acknowledge that I have occasionally missed the plot on something? Like,
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Well, I'm not sure that you did miss the plot on this.
well, let's
be
do
clear.
it quick. Let's do it here. So can I tell? I'll
Yeah,
set the
go.
table and then you tell me.
Yeah,
I missed the plot because, I may have missed the plot on this. I'm not.
And for those new listeners, I am not afraid to tell Mike when he's fucked up.
And that's when I mute his microphone.
And there's things that,
Okay,
that we
so-
don't agree on everything.
An email. So she was booked firstly for December 30th. I'm just pointing that out because she was going to be my guest that kind of bridges Christmas to New Year's, and she was going to come over yesterday. I was going to do a Ben Rayner and a Carla Collins next week, so there were 2 new episodes to listen to. And then she said, "Can I move it up because I want to promote my New Year's Eve thing in Barrie. She's doing a performance in Barrie."
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So she actually, because I went to her show and she said, "Can we move it up?" And I actually drilled a hole in the schedule. I will do this for Carla because I like Carla. Carla came to TMLX 21. I was at her event in North York at a brewery. And at that brewery, when I was at her event, I had a chat with her. I don't know what his title is, but her gay fiance, Michael Webb. Because I had read on Facebook that Michael Webb had just met Pierre Poilievre, and Michael Webb wrote like 10 paragraphs of praise for our future prime minister, who he thinks is going to save this country. Okay,
Where did he write this?
Facebook.
Facebook.
Right. So I
And you're friends with him on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm at this brewery in North York, and I said to Michael Webb, "Oh, I read what you wrote about Pierre." Like, I didn't say anything negative about it. I said, "I read what you wrote about Pierre. When you come over, we have to talk about this." And he kind of nods or whatever. He says, "Okay, I like talking about it, whatever." And then I get an email like the day before Carla visits, and an email, and I got to pull it up to quote it properly, but something to the effect of, "I don't want to talk politics." This is what I read it as anyway. So what she wrote almost doesn't matter, because in my brain it was read as, "I don't want to talk politics." And in my brain I'm thinking, oh, this woman is a Canadian, lives in the United States, crosses that border all the time to get home, etc. She doesn't want to have the T word attached to her in any way. So I took it as, two things I took from that. One is, okay, I won't ask Carla any thoughts on anything political. That was the first thought. And secondly, I'm going to keep Donald J. Trump off this episode. Not that I do a lot of Trump talk anyways, but it could come up organically because she's a Canadian living in the United States.
I thought the T word was tits. Thanks for
she
clarifying
says tits
that.
a lot.
Yeah, oh, does she really?
Because she got phony tits. What's
fake boobs.
okay? Phony, fake. Okay, so she got, and she kind of has some.
Oh, did she
regret.
talk about that in her
She
act?
talks about it all the time.
Oh, wow.
That
Good
she
for her.
got these enhancements of her breasts, and I think
When was that?
a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I tried to get the story out of her, like why, but it sounds like somebody talked her into it many, many moons ago.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Okay.
So Carla, who is a very tall, thin woman, has fake breasts. So the T word's okay, but the Trump. So I said, so don't ask Carla anything political, which kind of sucks, to be honest. Like I was going to do it for her. Like I agreed to do it. I wrote her back.
You don't take notes
I
very
don't
often.
like that. Like I
Yeah.
actually don't like it because I probably wasn't going to.
But you can understand why.
But she didn't say why. Like that was me in my own head saying it must be because she crosses the border and she doesn't want to have some border.
But it could
guard.
also have been that maybe her gay fiance told her about what you said.
Right, but I wish she
right?
had said that. So
Correct,
that's where I wish she had said. I wish she had said, Michael Webb said you talked to him about Pierre. I don't want to have that conversation can be you and Michael when I'm not there or something like that. Like I wish she had
Or
said.
off the mic.
Like she never mentioned Webb. So I took it as don't ask Carla for her thoughts on anything political. That's
Fair.
what I took. Okay.
Yes.
So just
Yes.
that's what I took. So we're doing our thing. Michael's sitting there on the mic. So he's mic'd up and he's chiming in a little bit here and there. Carla's where you are and the camera's on her. And it's going really well. And we're, I got like 15 minutes left. And then I said to Carla something like, chillax there. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes talking to Michael Webb if that's okay. And then I just said something like, okay, you just met Pierre Poilievre for the first time. And he goes, yeah. And then I get the look from Carla like it's the shut the fuck up, cease and desist. I can't believe you're asking Michael Webb about Pierre Poilievre. Like it just, and then so then I'm in this awkward moment of like, I'm not going to edit this fucking thing. So then I have this whole real time like, oh, I guess she doesn't want me to mention anything political on the episode, even if I have no interest in her saying a word about it. Like, just let me talk to Michael Webb for 2 minutes. I was going to do 2 minutes, and I wasn't going to say anything like, I wasn't going to trash it all. I actually had some like legit questions about this proud gay man and his love for a conservative government, and I had a few questions about it. Like, I was curious about it. Wouldn't you be curious about it?
Yes.
So I had some questions, right? This is Toronto Mike. Like, this guy's on the mic. He's sitting here, and I had
Right.
questions for him, and I wasn't going to ask Carla for her thoughts on it, and I wasn't going to introduce anything American political, which is very polarizing, as you might know.
Yeah.
So this is your chance. So if you
Yes.
it was a bit awkward as we changed the channels. And because I'm already like mired in this stew of awkwardness, I reference it a couple of times. Like I feel like it's this big gorilla sitting in the room. So a couple of times I reference the fact this
In the remaining 15 minutes.
yeah, in the last 15 minutes, I might reference the fact that like we're not talking, like, just reference the fact that there was this big thing I brought up to talk about on my show. And I got like a cease and desist, like Carla was going to storm out and never talk to me again. So it was awkward the rest of the time. But weirdly, that was a rare episode of Toronto Mike where I took the photo before the recording, not after.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I know, and I never do that.
It's funny because I looked for that photo to see if there was any sign.
The Molly, we talked about Molly earlier, which was awkward in a different way, but that photo was taken after, and it was delightful. She gave me a big hug and a photo, and it was like, oh, maybe she doesn't hate my guts, but I haven't talked to her since. But this is now I'll shut up. Tell me I fucked up.
Well, did she say anything to you off the air?
No, it was just we barely talked after. Like it was like obvious. I had the same thought, which is, oh, I guess that's the end of Carla Collins
And
on Toronto Mike.
Well, has she contacted you
No.
since? So because she's been on the show twice, once on Zoom and once in person, right?
Yeah, and then plus the TMLX 21.
That's
recording.
right. Yeah, right. So 3 times. So
And I have seen her. I've been in the room chatting with her face to face 3 times in the past 3 weeks.
really?
Because
so
TMLX
post
21, TMLX 21,
right? Her show,
her show in North York, and then
right.
that
and then here.
this moment.
But you haven't seen her since.
No.
Oh, I wonder what would happen if you saw.
Well, you need to tell me now. Did I fuck up?
Do you think she's done with you?
Yep.
Yeah, you think she's done. Huh?
That's my feeling, but I mean, I won't invite
Which is
her
too
on
bad
again.
because I feel like you guys
I
vibe
know.
pretty well.
And it was like a comment. Like
There's like a friendly
it was
flirtation
so,
thing that goes on.
We
which
shone
is-
so bright for a short period of time.
Yeah.
And then it flamed out. So I have heard from FOTMs I respect who said I was cringy or
I did. I saw that.
that was
too.
Al Grego. So Al Grego thought I was cringy that I referenced it again. But I know how my brain operates, and I knew I was going to reference it again.
I'm kind of like with you though. Like I'm one of two ways. Like when there's something cringy or awkward, I either bring it up as a way to make it less cringy, but there is a moment
like you need
where
to
it
kind of
becomes
acknowledge. There's this big fucking gorilla in the room.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's weird not to acknowledge it.
Yeah, but then there's also like, part of me that says like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have said that because it is cringy, but at the end of the day, like who fucking cares? It's not like as if she's
Like, I'm creating a real, like just like that 3 hour, 15-minute thing.
Yeah.
This is going to be a hour, 10 minutes unedited Carla experience. And I did get super awkward because I didn't mean to violate any
I think
trust.
I think that it wasn't clear enough that no politics means no
Right.
politics from both of them.
That's what I said to her. And she's like, no, like she didn't even want to like talk. It was like, no.
Well, because she just probably just wanted to move on, right? She just didn't want to make it a thing.
Which begs the question,
at
though:
all.
what are we afraid of? Because I had decided in my own head that she was afraid of border crossing with Trump.
Yeah, I just think.
But what
that
does she have? Like,
she
her,
probably just
her
doesn't want any
friend likes Pierre Polyev, and she doesn't want the world to know.
Well, she probably just doesn't want politics to be part of her brand at all whatsoever.
But
right?
it's kind of like I don't understand how it's part of her
There's-
brand.
well,
when I'm
it's
talking to
nothing-
Michael Webb.
I think there's nothing good to come of it, right? For her.
That's why I left her out of the convo. See, I'm still defending my actions because if I revisited this on bike rides many times since it happened, and every
Sure.
time I do the same
Sure.
fucking thing.
Well, I think that because you wouldn't be interviewing Michael Webb without Carla Collins beside him,
Correct.
right? So there's an attachment there.
But again, one more
I'm
note
not-
here. One more note though is
Yeah.
I regularly book Carla Collins on Humble and Fred show for a 8:15 a.m. Zoom hit for 20 minutes or 25 minutes or so.
Right.
And that episode will end up being about, let's say it's a 2-hour episode.
Yeah.
And 20 minutes is Carla, which won't have any politics attached to it. But the rest of the show is Humble and Fred shitting on Donald J. Trump. Like, so the whole episode is it's like nothing that you've heard on this show. Like, they just shit on him with all their power, with all their might. And then there is a 20-minute block with Carla where they don't talk about Trump. But I don't. So to me, what's the fucking difference? Like, she's not there.
I'm kind of surprised that Humble and Fred shit on Donald Trump.
You thought they would be fans of Donald Trump.
Well, yeah, maybe they were at the beginning, or at least Freddie.
I know
I
Fred's
don't
a conservative. He loved Stephen Harper.
Right.
He hated Justin Trudeau and
Right.
liberals.
He must love Carney.
I think he's fine with Carney, but I
Yeah,
think
'cause
Fred,
Carney-
there's a different. I think Fred's one of those conservatives who can recognize there's a big orange grift going on down south,
Right,
and he's a
right.
narcissist, like a hateful human being, and I wouldn't let him run Palma Pasta, let
Right.
alone run the
I
country.
mean, the last liberal budget was basically a Stephen Harper budget, so I mean, you can't really be super upset with.
Well, he doesn't like.
what-
I can say Fred does not care for Pierre Polyev. So I had questions for Michael Webb to bring it back to that.
Right.
And I can get you more beer when you're done. But
No, I'm good.
Humble
I
and
gotta
Fred
drive
have
home.
all, as far as I know, when they started talking about Trump in 2016, they've always despised the guy.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, Mike. I don't want to.
I
talk
got
about
your rider, okay, Elvis.
gotta-
We're moving on now.
I
But
gotta cross the
You
border.
need to make a final decision, and it can be I don't know, but you need a final decision here before we get to the
I
grievances.
think it's fair for Carla to be miffed, but I don't think you did anything wrong. I think she
That's
should have
fair.
been more clear because clearly she meant both of them,
Right.
which is fair.
Right.
And like I
she
can
should have
get,
been. She should have been clearer because I'm
correct.
not the
I think she
brightest
should-
light in the chandelier.
Well, I think she should have been clear, but I don't think that it was wrong for you to do what you did because she didn't mention not to talk to him about it.
Okay, so we're on the same place, which
But
I,
it's also-
I regret it, but I wish I had known that I
Sure.
couldn't even ask Webb about
It
Polyev.
is interesting though that a gay man is a conservative,
But not just a conservative.
right? Like Pierre Polyev, who has a gay father, is so vehemently against any sort of like gay rights. Like it's just it's such.
I didn't know he
curious
had a gay
thing.
father.
Yeah, his dad's gay.
Did not know that. I did not know that. But Michael, maybe that's how it is. Maybe Michael Webb is Pierre's father. That explains so much. See, if we had only had a chance to talk about it, that might have been disclosed.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you got a second
Why
beer
is
going.
he? Why is he fiance?
That's Carla's
It's
terminology.
just the joke. Like her best
think
friend
it's
is
just a joke. Like
because she's
when-
not married, is she?
She's not married.
Right.
That was the other awkward moment. I segued from
Amazing.
not talking politics to tell me about being married to Tyrone Power Jr. I would like
Tell me
that
about-
episode back but here's the thing, and I said this in the FOTM group on WhatsApp, which is not public, but I'm going to say it now, which is when you have a Ron James on or a Carla Collins on, by default they go into this memorized routine mode where they have these things in their head that they've written for their comedy that starts coming out.
Yes.
And it's not really a conversation necessarily with Ron James and Carla Collins because they're doing their shtick.
Right.
I sit here thinking, I got to move this person. So with Carla, I'm like, I got to move this woman off the shtick so we can have a chat. Like, I'm not here to hear her stand-up routine.
Well, I think part of it is also that you've got guests that come on to promote something, right? And a comedian's the easiest, like, person to do that kind of thing. Gino Vanelli was clearly not here to promote, black cars.
Well,
like, even though you wanted him to.
No, can we move off? I mean, so that's a good evidence. I do have an issue of these things. Can we move off my love for Pierre Polyev already?
It's so great. That was such a great episode. Gino Vanelli. I can't believe we got Gino fucking Vanelli.
Well, we should find out when is the 10th anniversary of the Gino ep, and you and I should record a 10th anniversary retrospective.
It's so good. It's so good. If you
But why don't you listen? There could be other episodes good, but you don't listen.
I know.
Should we get to grievances or what? This
Yeah,
is Festivus, Elvis.
Yeah, we're going here. This is like, we're going.
Hit me. So
No,
I
you
don't
go
have
first.
any sound. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Because mine has a bit of music here. Okay, so here's my first music. So I'm going to play a song for you that I played last Christmas, and I hope I finished that thought, which is that I'm coming out of the closet as a fan of Last Christmas. I love Last Christmas.
We usually play
unironically.
Last Christmas on
I think because I
Festivus.
know you cried for George, so I played it. And it's too bad he died on
Can
Christmas
we get
Day.
off of that, please?
If he had died on Festivus,
embarrassing.
we could have captured your like real
I
time
wonder
reaction.
who's died on Festivus. Has anyone important died
I'm
on
sure.
Festivus?
I'm sure. But here's a song I also have always loved, and I think I love it more today than ever. So I'm going to play a bit of it because it's a song we've all heard 100 times this month. But I have a grievance about it.
It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said to me, won't see another one. And then he sang a song, the rare old mountain
Elvis is looking up people who died on December 23rd.
Victor Borga.
Oh, I remember his infomercials on TV. His piano or whatever.
And the guy who created Call of Duty died today in his Ferrari. He like crashed his Ferrari and died.
It's very fast and furious of him.
Yeah, apparently
Jeez.
it's, yeah.
I have never played Call of Duty. Have you?
No, never, no.
I know of it. It's a good
I would
brand.
say the most famous person that I know on this list, of which it's a very short list, is Victor Borga.
Levi Fumka just reported she has cheesecake in the oven. Do you think that's a euphemism?
Yeah. Show me your cheesecake. Hey now.
You know what I was thinking? Lucky Juan.
Hey now.
Hey now, cheesecake in the oven. Holy, that's a euphemism, all right. Cheesecake in the oven.
It's gonna be a happy Festivus.
What's funny, because she calls Juan her little cheesecake, so.
Oh, really?
By the
Maybe
way,
Juan- Juan's in the oven.
Andy is pulling a Robert Lawson on you. The Call of Duty guy died a couple of days ago.
It said here. I'm looking at it.
All right, well, Andy's calling you out on that. Okay, so this song, we all know the song. I fucking love this song. This is Shane McGowan from the Pogues and Christy McCall. So, you know this Pogues with Christy McCall,
Yes.
Fairy Tale of New York. What do you think of this song?
I have no opinion.
You're indifferent.
I'm indifferent, yeah.
So I am not indifferent to the song. I really like the song. I like their voices together. I like the way Shane sings it. I like the way I like everything about this
You
song.
like the little flute thing there?
Yeah.
In the back?
I think it's crafted in a manner I wouldn't change a fucking thing. I've even come around on the F slurs because in the guise of that character who's saying, here it comes. So in the guise of these characters, I kind of get the F slur too. Sort of like in Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. In the guise of that character, that guy would say that in that way, and that's the way it was written. Okay, so it's not it's not being homophobic. It is these characters are used terms like that. And anyway, so this whole song, I wouldn't change a thing. You with me? Okay.
Yes.
So my grievance. Bring down the Pogues here. And I'm going to burn through this because I don't want to spend too much time. But my grievance is all these artists who try to cover that song. I wish musicians would stop trying to cover Fairy Tale of New York, because I need those voices and that style. I've never heard an alternative where I thought that's pretty good. Every time I hear a cover of Fairy Tale of New York, it makes me want to find that original because it just reminds me of how great.
Which one is the worst?
Well, I'm going to play a few right now, and I'm going to close with the worst, okay? So,
Okay.
and let's see if you can even guess. So we're starting with this one, which is a nice attempt, and these people are football players.
It was Christmas Eve again.
This is Jason Kelsey.
Oh my
And
God.
the drunk tank.
But wait, you have to hold on because I know you're a Swiftie. Do you live with, you have a son, you have
Yes.
2 daughters?
Yes.
Any Swifties in that home?
We're a Swiftie house, yes.
Same here. So there's a documentary, a finale just dropped that my wife and my 9-year-old are going to watch tonight. Like a finale of a Taylor Swift documentary series
Yes.
or something. Big deal in this house, big deal in your house. So, the other voice we're going to hear is going to be Mr. Swift.
Does he drop the F-bomb here?
No.
In this version?
It's completely sanitized. No, there's no
Right.
F-bomb in this.
Yeah, I'm
Here, I'm going to fast
not
forward.
surprised.
So give it a moment if we can get to Travis.
Mr. Swift.
So they're called the Philly Specials.
They've got cars, big as bars. They got rivers of gold.
Oh,
the windows
God.
right through you. No place
It's bad.
This is
is
Travis.
bad.
So
How is this not the worst one?
it's not the worst one.
Yeah, please.
So stop doing this.
You were handsome, you were pretty. You're the king of South Philly. When
They
the
changed it a bit here.
band
South Philly. Okay.
Oh, God.
So that's the Philly Specials, which is Jason and Travis Kelsey. And then real quick here, just a quick one. And as covers go, this one's not terrible, but it is not good. Hold on.
What is this?
It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said to me, won't see another one.
Are you
Should I
familiar?
should I recognize who this is?
Only if you like. Do you listen to like new music?
The rare old Mountain Dew.
Vance Joy. Do you know the name Vance Joy?
No, I do
Turned
not.
my face away.
Okay, so Vance Joy did a
Dreamed
cover.
about you.
Is that a ukulele?
Got on a lucky one.
Okay, here's another name you might know.
Okay. I don't know Vance Joy.
Elvis does not know Vance Joy, everybody.
It's Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank.
The problem with this exercise is that it starts with this slow part at the beginning and then it gets all romping.
I feel like
so-
I should know this voice.
I'm going to say the name. Let's see if you know the name.
So-
Ronan Keating.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't know him intimately.
But you know the name. You've never been intimate
Never
with
been
Ronan
intimate
Keating.
with Ronan, no.
Shout out to George Michael.
I turned my face away.
I mean, this is fine, but it's not, I mean, it's...
Like I'll fist fight go here.
But
It's unnecessary.
it's meh. Yeah,
You're an old slut and junk lying there almost dead.
So they're gonna change the lyrics, ready?
You scumbag, you maggot, you're cheap and you're haggard.
Maggot.
Christmas, you're
It's always been maggot, but it's you're cheap and you're haggard instead of you cheap lousy F slur. Okay.
right.
So the two worst ones are coming up here. Okay.
Have Great
So,
Big C done this?
Did you know Alan Doyle was in this very basement
I heard.
earlier this month?
I heard.
It was Christmas Eve, babe.
Who's this?
In the drunk tank.
This is my second least favorite.
An old man said to me, won't see another one. And then he sang a song. The rare old man
What are your
said,
thoughts on Good Charlotte?
I turned my
Oh, yeah.
face away.
This is Good Charlotte. Fairy
They're
Tale
all
New York.
right.
It's
They're-
all right. It's like
They're
know.
like a guilty pleasure, but I'm not even like really like them. But like if they have a couple catchy tunes, but that's about
I
it.
think one married Hillary Duff.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
I know
think
they
that's
married
true.
someone famous. Like they definitely leveled up.
Oh, maybe what's the woman from There's Something About Mary? Cameron Diaz. Maybe there's two brothers. Maybe one's got Hillary Duff and one's got Cameron Diaz.
Really?
Talk about punching above your
Yeah,
weight.
no kidding.
I thought you punched above your
Yeah,
weight.
I did. But Cameron Diaz? Wow. Oh, this is horrible. This is bad. This is bad, Mike. Holy shit. It's not not even the same song.
Christmas Eve, you said promise me Broadway was waiting for me. I was handsome.
Yeah, you gotta say this is horrible.
Queen of New
So
York
this is
City.
awful, right? But hey, I've saved the worst for last. Don't worry. We're saved the worst for last here. Let's drink this in and we'll get to your first grievance. But my grievance again. Stop fucking covering Fairy Tale of New York.
Christmas
We have a perfect version. We don't need your carbon copies.
in the trunk tank. An old man said to me, won't see another one.
As a man of Italian descent,
Then he sang a song.
you should know this artist.
Rare old Mountain Dew.
I have no idea.
I turn my face away and dream about you. Got on a lucky one.
I have no idea who it is.
Came in 1801.
Since we're airing grievances, I gotta let it breathe a bit.
I've got a feeling this is for me and you.
What an unnecessary cover.
Oh, a happy Christmas. I love you, baby. I can see a better time when all our dreams come true. They got cars big as bars, they got rivers of gold. Rolls right through you, the place for the old. When you first took my hand on that cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me. You were handsome, you were pretty, queen of New York City. When the band started playing, they held out for more. Sinatra was swinging, all the drunks they were singing, on the kissed on the corner and danced to the night. The boys from the NYPD choir were singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day.
Bon fucking Jovi.
That's Bon Jovi? Oh my goodness. I like a Bon Jovi, but that's not good. He needs a lot more.
Shot to the heart, right,
Yeah,
Elvis?
he needs a lot more reverb and guitar.
Swagger in the word around town, you ain't much in
That
the
does
bed.
not sound like
For the
Bon
square,
Jovi.
'cause you're nuts. You're a kick in the gut. Happy Christmas,
Horrible.
my eyes I break out.
Anyway.
It's all
He needs
right.
Richie Sambora.
Boys from the NYPD.
Bon Jovi, Fairy Tale of New York, the worst of all the Fairy Tale of New York covers. And although I will shout out when Shane McGowan died, Carlo nailed it. Carlo was on the live stream, and he knew that was St. John Bon Jovi. Okay, he's a fellow proud Italian
Yeah.
dissenter. I don't know what you want to be. I was going to use another term that I've heard Petrucci use, but I don't have license. He got it in two notes.
Yeah,
okay?
you cannot say that.
I want to shout out, so Live Famke brings it up, but there was a version that was performed at Shane McGowan's funeral that was wonderful. So outside of that, I will allow that one. Outside of
I was
that,
going to say, like, he didn't perform that then.
his friends performed it, and
Right,
it was quite touching.
But he was dead.
Shane was not. Shane was at his own funeral.
Right.
He was in a box, I think. I don't know. Shane, much love to Shane McGowan. Shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. Elvis, what's your first grievance here? We got to get rocking, man.
Yeah, so this will be a shout out to potentially, it could have been a shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. So, my son, who is 11, plays travel baseball, like rep baseball.
Yes.
And so they, like it's, multiple uniforms, like home
Rob
and
Butler
away.
has talked about your son on this very program.
Oh, wow. Cool. So home opener this year in May. We are at our home diamond and we live stream the games. And I score keep. And I want to say they play 7-inning games, and I want to say this was maybe like the third or fourth inning.
Okay.
And it was in the changeover of the inning, and there are 4 coaches. The third base coach is we've been together like as a team since they were 8, so this is like the fifth year I'd say, and he coaches third base. Great family friend. Do a lot of things together outside of baseball. And he starts walking towards home plate. I think it was to get something, like to pick up a bat or something. And then you can see him like just realize something is wrong. He turns back towards the dugout and falls flat on his face. And me and a couple of other dads who are there in the scorekeeping, doing the scorekeeping in the stands, I suddenly have this like moment where I'm like, something is not wrong. I need to turn off the live stream. So I go and turn off the live stream. And at this point in time, I knew something was actually, before I turned off the live stream, I knew something was wrong because one of the dads is a firefighter. And he got up and walked with a purpose out onto the field. And I knew something was wrong. So that's when I went and turned off the live stream. And then my second instinct was, I need to call Kylie, who's Chris's wife. And I didn't know why. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what was going on. I just knew something was wrong. And so I called her and I said, Chris has fallen. He's down. It doesn't look good. I don't know what's going on. And I walk out onto the field. Not to belabor the point, but Chris had a widowmaker heart attack. And I saw him die, or at least stop breathing 4 times in front of me. I'm on the phone with his wife, relaying information about what was happening. One of the dads is a firefighter, like I mentioned. One of the other dads is a former EMT. And one of the moms from the other team is a nurse. And so they were around him, violently giving him chest compressions, CPR. They ripped his shirt open, the whole 9 yards. They kept turning him over to see if he could continue to breathe. And I just remember, we've lost him, turn him back over and go back on compressions. Weirdly enough, the diamond, which was on Durham College's campus, didn't have an AED. And so someone had called security, and security came over with an AED, and they shocked him. And the whole time I'm watching this happen, my buddy on the ground, I'm probably a meter or so away from him, and they shock him. And then at that point in time, the fire trucks come. I'm on the phone with Kylie the entire time. My Mrs. Elvis wasn't there. And I realized that she was watching on the live stream and that I should probably tell her what was happening. So I, tell Kylie I'm going to call Mrs. Elvis. I grab someone else's phone. I call Mrs. Elvis, and she freaks out because she sees someone else is calling her, not me. And I'm like, hey, everything's fine. Charlie's good. A couple of the moms had taken the kids off of the field and everything. But long story short, he's fine.
Well, thank goodness.
He died 4 times, basically. They load him up in an ambulance, put a couple of stents in his heart, and then 2 weeks later, more stents. But outside of like a fucked up face, because he literally fell flat on his face and got a whole bunch of cuts on his nose, the doctors have told him that you're going to be fine. Like, you're better than you've ever been before. Because now we know.
He's got the widowmaker.
We fixed it.
Right.
And you're good. Like, there's no restrictions, basically, like other than doing some rehab and stuff.
But does he have to take any drugs?
He takes drugs,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
But like blood thinners and stuff. But they're like,
well, so do I.
For all intensive purposes, yeah, so do I. For all intensive purposes, you are better off now than you have been before. Because now that you're going to be monitored. There's no more blockage. You got
a warning shot.
There's
a lot of guys. George Michael didn't get a warning shot.
He had a 1% chance of surviving. It was 1 or 3. I can't remember.
But regardless, I don't like those odds.
No,
but he survived.
And so the grievance, of course, is that he doesn't remember any of this. Like, so he has his memory of this is very different than ours. But watching your buddy,
oh my God,
die, and then having to relay that information to his wife on the phone, and getting shocked.
What's that called? The shock defibrillator?
It's a defibrillator, yeah.
Should I get one for the TMDS studio?
Well, we raised money as a team, and so now we have a portable AED that we carry around with us.
Every hockey arena has one.
Yeah. Yeah, but and now that diamond has one because of like they. It was funny. The next week we played there, and there's now a sign that says, "Here's the AED."
What a chilling story! Like,
But
so
I have had nightmares almost daily for the first 3 months. Wow. Now maybe like once or twice, just nightmares of replaying that event in my mind over and over and over and over again. But of course, as we do, we handle it with humor. And so now one of the things that he says to the kids when they're playing, because he had to take some time off coaching, but then he finished the season on the field. You know, when kids are leading off or like getting close to being picked off, like he'll yell at them as like, "Hey, you only live twice. Go for it."
Right.
Yeah,
but if you don't laugh, I get that, because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Like this is how I deal with trauma. Is humor.
It was one of the most intense moments it was one of those moments where it was intense while I was in the moment, and then afterwards it just was like I spent a lot of time, a lot of money talking about it, trying to like figure out what to do with these nightmares and this and whatever. And it's not gone, but it's definitely better. But man, that was a fucking trip. This is in May, and now we're in December, obviously. And
I had no idea.
It's fucking nuts.
But why don't you share these things?
Who am I going to share?
Me,
privately. I'm sharing it with you now.
True that. You're sharing it with the world right now, because this is an award-winning podcast, and I'm a CNN correspondent.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Yes. It wasn't something that I wanted to really talk about, because I just wanted to like forget about it.
But I suspected something was up with you. You dropped like little breadcrumbs that things were...
I did?
I feel like you did. Maybe it was before that, though. I feel like there were breadcrumbs from Elvis over the last 12 months of going through something.
Well, last Festivus, like I told you, the things were shit. Yeah, life has been pretty shit for like the last 2 years.
But you're talking to somebody about this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have
because
to.
It's when you describe, the 3 months or whatever of reliving this moment where you saw your buddy stop breathing 4 times or whatever.
I can still hear the noises he was making in my mind right now.
See, that's
fucking nuts. It's really crazy.
That must be, and again, I'm not a doctor. I just pretend to be one on a podcast, but that must be PTSD.
I have been told by people who are frontline workers that if you are ever in a situation like that, the thing you do not want to do is watch and call the person's fucking spouse. I had a friend of mine who's dating a guy who's an ambulance driver, and he's like, you never want to be the volunteer to say like, I'm going to call the person.
Yeah, because what are you giving, play-by-play? His heart stopped again. Stand by.
I was giving play-by-play. I literally was. I wasn't. I never.
Oh, the heart's back going again. Don't worry.
I never said that he died, but I did say that he's having trouble breathing.
My goodness.
And then I was like, he's being shocked right now. Like, it was fucking crazy.
But then this does make you realize how difficult it must be for the frontline people, the paramedics, the EMS workers.
They tune it out. Like they're...
But by what? By drinking more Great Lakes?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, so the dad who is a retired EMT, it really fucked him up too.
There's a third one. But
yeah. It really fucked him up too, because he says even though he's, done it a million times, this is the first time he did it to a friend. And he said that's where it really fucked him up. The other guy, the current firefighter, I think he was, because they got a lot of accolades, of course, and like, they were recognized. I
would get a T-shirt that said, I saved my buddy's life.
And they got recognized by the city of Oshawa at a city council meeting, like a hero award.
Wow.
And I could tell that he never said it, but I could tell he was uncomfortable because like that's his job. But yeah, it was also his buddy. So anyway.
Well, I'm sorry. One thing is, I'm very happy to hear this story has a happy ending.
Yes.
I didn't know where it was going.
Yeah.
But you did start it by saying it was almost a shout out to Ridley Funeral Home.
Yeah.
You spoiled the ending for us there. Come on.
It was a shout out for a little bit, but
it was almost a shout out. It was a whisper.
Came back.
To Ridley Funeral Home.
And then like we visited him in the hospital that night, and he was, other than the fact that he had a concussion and he kept repeating the same, he had very limited short-term memory. So he asked, like, the first thing he said to us when we came in is like, did we win the game? It's like, dude, we didn't win the game. We never played the game.
See, he's making jokes.
It's over, yeah. Because he had, again, like his perspective was so different. But anyway, that's, that was fucked up and pretty crazy. Pretty nuts.
And something did come out of that shit storm because now you have one of these defibrillator. I can't.
Correct.
It's a tough word. Say it again.
We have
Say the word.
we have a defibrillator, an
Defibrillator.
AED. Say that. Just say AED.
AED.
We have an AED, and we also a couple of the people who are involved are starting a fundraising to try and make them more available. So there's definitely good that's come of it. One of those,
and it puts the heartbeat back in rhythm, right? Like
Correct.
it doesn't start a heart that stopped, right? It just it puts it in rhythm. I think.
I think it shocks the heart to start beating again.
Okay,
I think.
I don't know. Okay,
it's a muscle,
I thought
right?
it would just. I thought it. I didn't think it could do that. I thought it just takes a faint heartbeat and puts it back in rhythm.
Maybe,
I don't know.
I don't
anymore.
know.
I watch a lot of ER. That's my medical training. But they seem amazing. They they're
Yeah,
okay.
it's fucking nuts. But you like you. I don't know. You ever see it in real life? Like they fucking bounce. Man.
I have not. No, I've not seen it used in
when
real
they're
life.
doing chest compressions. Like they're fucking ranking on the chest, man. Like
cracking a rib or whatever it takes.
Big time. It was nuts.
So I'm glad your buddy. What's your buddy's first name?
Chris.
So shout out to Chris.
Coach Chris is back.
Will Chris
He's
ever
good.
hear this?
I think he's a
You
fan.
should-
I'll tell him.
Whoa, you buried the lead, Elvis.
I don't know if he's a fan actually. He's heard of you. I think.
He's heard of me. Well,
Yeah.
just because he probably.
But I don't know how much of
heard
it he
Elvis was
listens or
on
not.
and he had to tune in. So tell
but
him to
yeah.
listen to this because I want to say, Chris, I'm glad you're still on this side of the dirt. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And
it's
I'm
fucked
sorry
up.
you had to witness that. And I hope you're processing it. I don't have any tricks for this. I'm glad you're talking it out. But I would be just have a little notey, like a Post-it note that said he lived. Because
Yeah,
I feel like
guess, yeah.
I feel like this story is more traumatic if he dies on the baseball field.
Oh
in
yeah,
front of
because
you.
I mean, imagine the kids, right? This is their coach. Like they had to be shoved.
Right.
Thankfully, some of the moms
Won't
got them
somebody
away
think
so they
of the
couldn't,
children?
so they couldn't watch and stuff. But like,
And you had the wherewithal to kill the live stream.
yeah, I don't know. I don't like.
You
At
just
that
didn't
point,
want him to die on screen.
Yeah, like you can go. He watches it. I can't watch it, but you can see him fall over on the live stream.
He might be like, I want to see everything. Why did you kill the live stream? He's like, I want to see all this
That would have
stuff.
been really fucking morbid.
Okay, geez, man.
Crazy,
You always bring the emotion where I'm going off on covers of
Yeah.
a fucking
Yeah,
Pogue
it's all good,
song.
it's all good.
Okay, and your buddy's almost dying in front of you there. Okay. All right, so I actually didn't grievances. I had a bunch and I didn't know. In fact, I have 3, so there's 2 spots left and I had 3.
Okay.
And like in real time, I figured I'll just pick which ones to go at. And I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to go off on what I call AI slop. Because it feels to me like 2025 was the big year where it entered the mainstream. Like if you're, Bill King, who's an FOTM, if I'm on Facebook, I like to read what Bill King is writing about. He played with Janis Joplin, very talented musician. But all his posts on Facebook are just AI slop. It might be a picture of, I don't know, Trump shitting his diaper or something. Like it's like, okay, like I get it. You've got this cool new tool that can spit out a rendering that looks kind of like maybe 80% like Donald Trump shitting in a diaper, okay? But honestly, we're talking about like juvenile humor level. Like I think even this is below you, Elvis. And that's as low a standard
I
as I can
actually
think
really
of.
love the chiropractor ones.
Well, I don't even know what
those
they
are
look
great.
like.
Where it's like usually like an old person or something, and then they'll have like a chiropractor like jump on them or throw them through walls
Okay,
or
well,
be like,
so we've all
I
seen-
fixed your neck.
In 2025, we've all seen so much
so
about
great.
this. So I just want to point out, I was reading
So
an article
bad.
the other day, and it was talking about how AI, artificial intelligence, not Al Grego, AI is helping to detect breast cancer before you can see it in a mammogram.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like there's like some serious advancements in AI detecting cancer early. By the way, I saw a documentary you would love called Run, Terry, Run. Made
Really?
by Sean Menard, who made the documentary 299 Queen Street West, which you cannot see unless you visit Sean's home. But he made this documentary for the Terry Fox Foundation called Run, Terry, Run. And I watched it. And it's got footage of Terry talking that you and I have never seen before. Like, I'm just
Really?
going to tell you.
Where do I watch this?
So I don't know yet. I saw it at a screening at Roy Thompson Hall put on by the the Terry Fox Foundation. But at some point, obviously, they're going to make this available to the public. I just don't have that info in front of me. But it's called Run, Terry, Run. It was directed by Sean Menard, who's an
I would
FOTM.
love to see this.
And you would love it. This footage that he recovered had been sitting in some warehouse for 40 years. and he got access to it. And so you get to see stuff that you haven't seen before of Terry Fox. I only thought of Terry now because we're talking about cancer. And I want to say, I love it. I love the idea that we can use this tool of AI to potentially to help save lives by detecting cancer earlier. So I'm not here to shit on AI. There are some fantastic uses of AI, but I also read about like music performed by AI and art generated by AI, this fake out slop. I experience myself inaccurate information, just like the worst the internet has to offer, and it's being pumped out by AI. I personally would rather, your son or my 11-year-old, we both have 11-year-olds, right? I would rather see them use Microsoft Paint and do their best for hours of Microsoft Paint before I'm interested in seeing Chat GPT's rendering of this or that in this artistic renderings. Give me Bon Jovi's cover of Fairy Tale of New York before giving me like an AI rendition of Fairy Tale of New York, because there now you can find, here's AI's version of what it would sound like if Elvis Presley performed Fairy Tale of New York, and you can access that. But I say, give me humanity in all its flaws and take your generative AI and stick it up your ass.
So you want to put, you have use cases for AI and then non-use cases for AI.
So I guess it's different terminology used in different, pieces, white papers and write-ups, but generative AI seems to be the umbrella, which includes the stuff I fucking despise. And it's typically some form of art, like be it an image or a video or music that AI has pumped up. A lot of times it is beyond that, though. Like a lot of times now I'm going to pick on Google and the app formerly known as Twitter, and there's other tech giants that are utilizing AI to pump out what I deem to be misinformation. You'll ask for something, and instead of just the olden days where maybe you would link it to the Wikipedia page or something, and then you could read that and check your sources, nowadays it gives you the synopsis, which I will say is about 60% true, 20% misleading, and then 20% pure fiction. But good luck trying to tell the difference. Like, it's a big blob, and your job now is, I got this blob of information. How do I, as a human in 2025, almost 2026, how do I differentiate between that 60%, which is fact, that 20%, which is fiction, and then this 20%, which is grossly misleading because it's lacking some form of context? I think this is fucking dangerous in an age where misinformation seems to be so rampant. People no longer care about what's the source, what's true, what's not. I think it's dangerous, and I fucking hate it. And this seems to be the calendar year where it all came to the forefront.
I think it gets worse before it gets better.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep. I think it gets, and so like in my defense, the Call of Duty thing, like I still don't know if it's true or not. Like, who was it that said that it's not true? But
Andy.
it was the Google AI that told me at the top.
That's a good example.
That he died.
Right. So
did he die today? Maybe the accident was a couple of days ago, but he actually died today. I don't know. I thought he died in the accident.
Well, maybe the news came out today.
Knows? Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Because he's not that famous, considering I don't know this name. So maybe the disconnect is when the news broke. But then this is exactly where you get the delusions from AI, because I told this story, I wrote about it on TorontoMike.com, but I wanted to see what AI from Google, whatever they call it, Gemini, I think. What do they think? Who do they think Toronto Mike is? And then I just said, who's Toronto Mike and whatever. And then it told me, former radio host Mike Stafford is Toronto Mike, and this is his.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it was like, it's all there black and white in front of me. Now, what if I'm not Toronto Mike, and what if I'm legit just curious who's Toronto Mike? I've now left my Google experience believing that Mike Stafford is Toronto Mike.
Right. Yeah.
And he worked at 640. This was a lot of truth in there that who Mike Stafford is, but a complete disconnect that Mike Stafford is not Toronto Mike. A different Mike is Toronto Mike. But Mike Stafford's been on Toronto Mike, and that's where this hiccup, this delusion comes from. It's just not accurate.
Well, and like it could happen for anybody who is named Mike that works in Toronto radio.
Yeah. So I don't know where the disconnect comes. I assume it's from the fact Mike Stafford is a regular guest on Toronto Mike. But he died Sunday. I've got it confirmed here by CBC, a source I do trust.
Yeah, so there you go. That's Sunday, a real-time example of where AI has let us down.
Yeah, so you're right. Exactly. Thank you. A real-time example where you learn from AI that this guy died today.
Correct.
Festivus.
Yes.
But we now know this is Tuesday, so Andy's 100% right. This person, Vince Zampella,
Yes.
died on Sunday.
Yes. I stand corrected. But I literally typed in, I said, who died on December 23rd?
AI's also ruined Google, if you will, in that you got to wade through all this.
I don't think you can turn it off, can you?
I don't think so, because I think Firefox has some stuff where you can turn. I don't want AI results anywhere. I don't want any art from AI. I don't want to hear Fairy Tale of New York performed via AI.
So your comedy show poster, like that's...
Well, I haven't done any till that. Yeah, but I didn't make that. So I haven't even, that I almost brought up that comedy show at TMLX 21. Like I introduced it, and then I think...
Who booked you?
I've never told the story in public.
Okay,
I don't even know.
don't tell
it's
them.
happening, so I should, at some point, references exist. And
Are
then,
you actually doing this?
It's been, she paid the deposit. Okay,
Like,
let me
for
do it
real?
quick. Let me do
Who
it.
does this?
Yeah, for real.
It's so weird.
Okay, so here's what happened. I'll do the quick version. I almost did this at TMLX 21, but
Do I know the person? I can't remember who it is that did this. Go ahead, tell the story. Still, I'm going to stop.
Do we know why Rob Butler did not come to TMLX 21?
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't talked to him since.
He was 100% confirmed, and I was ready to have him on the mic.
It's winter time. It's winter time
In North Oshawa?
You don't see neighbors as often in the winter, right?
Okay, well, I didn't know if your boy had seen him or whatever.
No.
Okay. The owner of the Toronto Maple Leafs baseball team is a gentleman named Keith Stein. He also is starting a new baseball league for women, a league of their own, if you will. This is happening in 2026. And that's a lot of his focus. He's an entrepreneur. He's been on Nick Iones' podcast, Building Success. And I got to say thank you to Nick Iones because he, much like Ty the Christmas Guy, has stepped up to help fuel the real talk here by sponsoring Toronto Mike. And I am looking for a new sponsor in January because Ty the Christmas Guy and the wonderful people at Retro Festive are leaving. So here I'm sliding in this little hit me up, Mike at TorontoMike.com, sliding it in and thanking Nick Iones from Building Toronto Skyline and Building Success. So Keith Stein has a wife named Melissa Stein, and I've become pretty close to Melissa over the summer.
Hey now.
So Melissa Stein listened to episode 1800 of Toronto Mike, which was Jeremy Hopkin and I live from Casa Loma.
Right. Yes.
So this was, Jeremy he brings the fun facts and the mind blows. He's the historian. He's not a comedian, although I find him witty. Okay. But because I find he's giving you your vegetables, I'm sitting there to learn I'm at Casa fucking Loma and I'm there to learn from Jeremy. But I feel like, he's shoveling some like greens, some vegetables for the listeners. So I'm there to kind of, for dessert and stuff. Like I'm throwing a little, here's a couple of Hershey Kisses or whatever. Here's a Mars bar. You know what I mean? Like
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay.
AI wrote that for me. Yeah. I just read it. So all this is to say is I just naturally will try to be I'll just add a little levity to the whole thing by being funny. Okay.
Sure.
I don't know if I'm a funny guy. I've never considered myself, I've never considered stand-up. I'm not a stand-up comedian. I don't consider myself a comedian, but I will just be naturally throwing a little jokes there so we can take the vegetable. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Okay. You with me? So Melissa listens to this episode and she phones me actually. I was on a bike ride and I remember where I was when I got the call. She said, I listened to episode 1800 from Casa Loma. You're hilarious. I just booked the Elma combo for you to make your, I guess she called it your stand-up debut is what she called it.
It's amazing.
And I think I said something like, what are we talking about? Like I needed time I said, I need to process this. Like, what do you mean you booked Elma combo? Like I didn't understand. Yeah. So so I'll just say this. I haven't put up any money. So I have no financial skin in the game, but she's going to be selling tickets. This will happen in late May. I have the date somewhere, but she's going to sell tickets for me to make my Elma combo debut. I haven't even done like 5 minutes at the Comedy Factory or whatever.
In your kitchen. Like
I know. So who
else is on the bill?
Asking, is it
just you? Like, are you going to put? Do you have an hour of material?
She bought a night from the Elma combo. Like she cold called them and paid them for a night for me. I guess, to do whatever I want. But this is so this is happening. Like, tickets will be sold for me to headline at the El Macombo. So yeah, you mentioned that's where AI came into it. Yeah. So she used AI to create a poster, which I fucking did not like. And I told her, I don't like this. And then Jeremy Hopkin made a different poster. I believe it's still AI. So at some point there will be a poster, which may or may not be generated by AI, but just know if it is generated by AI, I'm going to hate it. But I am going to be performing something at the El Macombo in May.
The Elmo. Like,
but then no. So
why stop there? Why not Scotiabank?
But the devil's in the details. There's 2 levels to the El Macombo. There's where the Stones played,
right
upstairs, and then there's the downstairs. I'm downstairs. I never negotiated. Even though
you always want to be downstairs.
I'm downstairs.
You want to be downstairs.
Tickets will be sold to see Toronto Mike, and I already have, because I do these meditation bike ride things where I have to think about what's going on in my life. I do have an idea of what it's going to be. I'm calling it Toronto Mike's social experiment. Like, I do have an idea of what this will be, but there will be, and I actually am comfortable with the fact there's 2 paying customers or 120 paying customers. Like, I can go either way on this, but it is happening.
I know what it's going to be like.
2 paying customers.
It's going to be,
and one's you.
It's going to be like the landlord in The Big Lebowski, who has this performative art show. That's what it's going to be. You're going to be dancing around in your underwear to some performance art thing with a pantyhose over your head.
Elvis, it's time for your second grievance.
So
moving
great.
it along here.
I
have no more to say about it except it is happening. Like, it's happening.
Oh, I can't. People, like, get ready. No offense, Mike, but it's going to be cringe.
Well, how do you know? Have you seen it? That's another grievance. Okay.
If you do a I don't think this is what you're describing is going to be like a stand-up routine. If you do a stand-up routine, it's going to be cringe.
It's not going to be like seeing Seinfeld or whatever. No,
right. If you do some sort of show, like, that's different.
I have an idea that I think will entertain FOTMs tremendously.
If you get up there for an hour or
90 minutes, brother,
10 minutes, and start to do a routine that you've never done before, like
Toronto Mike's social experiment coming to the El Macombo this May 2026.
This is going to be
quick
great.
grievance before you get to your real one. I just want to do a quick one, which is to say, I really have grown intolerant of people who have critical feedback on an episode they didn't listen to.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, it's happening. It happens. Okay.
Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, and to me, it's actually I have to Mike, calm blue ocean, or maybe to bring it back to Seinfeld, it's Festivus. Serenity now. Like, I actually have to restrain myself, because to me, this is the greatest sin there is in art. Like, to criticize something you haven't consumed. Like, if somebody wants to criticize the Carla Collins episode, a mandatory prerequisite is that you listen to the Carla Collins episode, and then you may criticize it as much as you want, as a YYZ, sorry, he likes YYZ Gord did, and Al Grego did. You can criticize something if you consume it, but I don't want to fucking hear a word about an episode that you haven't listened to.
Yeah, I can say without a doubt that you are not, you do not shy away from criticism. But it is a fair ask that in order to criticize, you must have listened and form an opinion on your own, and not, just pile on. And even if it's not even pile on, it's like, because if it's, one person says it and you say it again, I
get very harsh, nasty criticism for a episode that included Fergie Ulver, and my first response is always, "Did you listen?" And without a doubt, the reply back is, "No, I'm not listening to that." And I honestly can't proceed with the conversation, because I will have the conversation. This came up with Retro Ontario yesterday, because there was a resurgence on TikTok of a supercut of Just Like Mom video of Fergie Ulver with getting really close to the young girl contestants, and being what we would deem in 2025 to be inappropriate for a man to be in a poor girl's space like that. And I get this all 2025. I got a lot of this. I talked to Ed about this yesterday because he said I'm one of the few people who actually tries to give context to the situation. And I am happy to have the conversation with everyone. But it ends when they say I didn't listen. Like, you need to listen and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that is a fair requirement.
Thank you. There's a bonus grievance.
It's absolutely.
Can I do another bonus? And then you do yours, I do mine, you do yours,
yeah,
and
that's
then
fine.
we peace out here. Okay. This is a bonus. I have a grievance. I think we all have this as human beings on this planet. I call it when FOTMs break bad, okay? There was a woman who came over here named Dahlia Kurtz. She has big blonde hair, like really big hair, almost Carla Collins style. Carla's got big blonde hair, okay?
She does.
Dahlia and Carla are probably a foot difference in height when I think about it. Like, Dahlia doesn't have to watch her head and Carla's much taller. Okay, they're different humans, obviously. But Dahlia Kurtz came over. She even came to a TMLX event, so she's an FOTM. But Lanrick Bennett Jr., who is a beloved FOTM, he was the bicycle mayor of the city. He shared this with me on Blue Sky. And this is now a quote. It's a screen cap, and this is still there, even though I'm not on X. This is on X. In fact, it was reposted by Dahlia Kurtz. But I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to tell you, well, it'll be obvious, but my grievance here. You ready?
Yep. Dahlia
put on X. It's still there. She reposted it. She was so proud of this. She wrote, about 49% of Somalians are the product of inbreeding. The average IQ is 67. Mental impairment in America is anything less than 70. And someone, Ilhan Omar, is married to her brother. So there's that. Civil War Somalia is a great investment, Minnesota. Anyone want a vacation there? Like, this was a post she was so proud of, and she posted it. And I'm just here, and there's a couple of other examples, including a guest who's actually going to be back in 2026. But when FOTMs break bad, this post by Dahlia Kurtz, who has been on this program, I find so repulsive and gross. And I deem it 100% pure racism. And I fucking have a grievance with that.
Would you have her back on the show?
To talk about this, yeah. But I'm not one of those. I get flack too. You have people on like Bruce Dobigan, for example, who's another FOTM, who said the following things in 2025. He said Elon was just waving hi when he did that gesture. So he did this gesture twice. He said Elon was waving hi. Okay. But then I asked Bruce, do it for me now. The camera was on him.
Yeah,
wouldn't do it. So he's not going to wave hi. Obama won a peace prize because he's black. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, Bruce wants you to know he won a peace prize because he's black. Trump calling a woman piggy is exactly the same thing as Nancy Pelosi telling somebody to shut up.
Really?
Yeah, Bruce O'Bigan. Okay. So I'm just calling this grievance, which is a bonus grievance, when FOTMs break bad. But I would have somebody on to talk about it. Because I would read that to Dahlia and we would talk about it. Because Dahlia Kurtz has been extremely vocal on my program and elsewhere about the anti-Semitism that she's witnessing in the world today. And she's the daughter of survivors, Holocaust survivors.
Yeah.
And we had a good chat about this. So she's going to bat for Jewish people everywhere, and I support her with it, and I amplified it. But then I read this post, and I'm sorry, this fucking post is racist, and you are racist, Dahlia Kurtz, and I fucking have a grievance with that.
She, I don't know who she is, but I heard about this, and so I went on her website, and she is soliciting donations to help her do the work that quote unquote, I know I'm on camera, I'm doing the air quotes, the work that she is doing. So she's clearly grifting to try and, is that what you say, grifting?
Yep. Grifting.
Yeah. She's clearly grifting to try and make some money because she's not in, she used to be mainstream media.
Yeah, she was on Bell Media Station.
She's not mainstream anymore, right?
No,
so
she's not
working in mainstream anymore.
Yeah, so Bell Media parted ways with her.
So she's got to grift. She's got to make some money somehow.
But you don't have to grift.
No, you don't. No, I'm not defending her.
Yeah, no,
I'm not defending her. But yeah, but that's her.
Think about it. There's a market for that. Like
that's her move.
You kicked my camera. There's a market. There's a market for that. So it just that's a grievance I haven't.
But you have to wonder how much she's making. She can't be making much.
It doesn't even matter.
No offense to her.
I know you're not making an excuse. You're saying why.
She's not like how much is her voice actually amplified? She probably just got more press here than she ever has before, right? Like again.
That's called the Streisand effect.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yes.
Shout out to Barbara Streisand. Okay, who's probably listening right now.
Not
Elvis, we need another grievance from you.
Yeah, okay, sure. So this is, I'll make this one quick, but shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. My mom died this year in October. and it was a longer, protracted illness for about a year. She was old, and had expressed that she.
How old was she?
She was 86, and she expressed a desire to be here as long as she could for her grandchildren, but at the same time, really missed my father, who passed away 5 years ago. I didn't really truly understand the love that they had from one another, because I grew up in a house where there was a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing. But in speaking to her friends who came to the funeral, my mother, it was difficult for them to appreciate that my father had been gone for 5 years, because she spoke about her grief as though he had just passed away yesterday. And so for 5 years, she just couldn't process the fact that my dad had passed, and she expressed this desire to be back with him. But the saddest part about it was, my Mrs. Elvis and I commented that my mom and I didn't have the greatest relationship in the world, but my mother was definitely super stubborn and would dig in her heels a lot. She would, she would form an opinion or have, the way that she wanted to do something, and she would dig in her heels even if it was to her detriment. And I think that was something that she carried right to the very end, because she just couldn't let go at the end. And so it got pretty sad. At the end, my brother and I were with her when she passed in her house. It sucked for all sorts of reasons. I also have crazy nightmares because there was a bunch of things that happened that week before she passed that got really kind of things you shouldn't see, with your mom. So it could have been a lot more peaceful, but it could have been a lot worse too, I guess. But yeah, shout out. I mean, I don't know if it's a grievance necessarily. Ultimately, it was time, and I think it was the right thing to happen, of course. But there's a lot of stuff that goes into losing not only your mom, but I guess the second parent.
Right.
So it's just my brother and I now. But yeah, shout out to Ridley Funeral Home for my mom.
Do you miss your mom?
No, I do. This is horrible to say. I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but there definitely is a feeling of relief. I didn't want her to die. I didn't but it was just really difficult in especially the last 6 months, where I think everybody involved, my brother, myself, me, I'm not going to speak for my brother, and my mom, I think that the outcome was time, and it was the best outcome. Do I miss her? I don't think we were close enough for me to be able to miss her in the way that you should miss your mom, I guess. But I miss I do feel bad for her grandchildren, my children, my brother's kids, that they won't have a grandmother to grow up with. That sucks.
It's it's also complicated, right? Like you have so many different relationships in your relationship with your parents and stuff. And you lost I could play the clip, but
it's such a
I have it loaded up. I played it at TMLX. I might play it for the newbies.
Did you play it at TMLX?
I'm pretty sure I played it at TMLX.
That's amazing. There must have been people in the audience who were like, what the fuck is this? Like,
you know what I say though? I'm not dumbing it down for the newbies. You know what I mean? Like, you should have been there. What's wrong with you that you're just discovering this show right now, and you got some catching up to do? So I will play the clip. But
was that wasn't? Correct me if I'm wrong. That wasn't a Festivus episode.
No, because we were in the backyard.
I just came over to talk about my dad dying, right?
You came over to talk about your dad dying.
Right.
And we had this 40-second exchange, and then I'll give it context on the other side. So here it is. My sincere condolences. Last time you were in my backyard, I was giving you sincere condolences. Shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. I was because your father had passed away, and you were very. I know. Is that too cry? It's Festivus. So your father had. This is. So
your dad died. Shout out to the funeral home.
So again, My sincere condolences. And you were...
Can you really say sincere condolences after you
Well, that was
just
I mean, come on. It's been
It's
over
so
a year.
fucking
Like,
good.
you know.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So
I'll listen to that over again. So that must have been the next Festivus after, because my father passed in June. I recorded in your backyard later that year. That would have been 2020. So that would have been Festivus 2021.
Right. And that is the birth, for those who don't know, that is the birth of Shout Out to Ridley Funeral Home, which gets added early and often now. But that was the first time I ever strung those words together on Toronto Mike.
And it was fantastic.
So that's organic. You can't ChatGPT can't script that shit. That has to just spill out or whatever.
You got to save that shit for Elmo.
Well, listen. And you know, I want to say a couple things to Elmo. One thing is that I have no say over the price of the tickets because I didn't put any skin in the game financially. I didn't put up $1. So Melissa is paying for the whole thing.
Is she paying you?
No, she's not. No, she's putting up all the money. No, I didn't even think about all that. She put up all the money to get the Elmo, and then then I guess she'll take all the money that comes in, and then if she makes back her money, I suppose we'll have some kind of a sharing system if she makes back her money. Of course, I actually envision 2 people in the fucking room, okay? Because
it's going to be me and Monica. Would Monica even go?
Well, great question. We have to ask her. She's upstairs. But would you go? Because when I think about
that's a great question.
Because TMLX events, of which there have been 21 TMLX events.
Yes.
I famously, asking Nick and Eenies, I famously have never charged a penny to attend a TMLX event, and I feed you and give you beer.
Correct.
That's what happens, okay?
Yes.
Everybody? I never made a penny on any of these events.
Well, my relationship with you is not because you're a podcast host, famous guy. It's because you're my buddy.
So nothing to do with the fact that I was on the cover of the Toronto Star.
Right. So I would go and support you as a buddy. So me paying to go support you I'm not offended by that.
Like, what if I don't know what the prices will be for the tickets?
Right.
I have no control over that.
So then there's 2 other things, right? Like, how much is it that I'm paying for this?
Right.
But 2, I would feel uncomfortable going to something and then just watching you flame out if that actually would happen. Now I know you prep and like you're gonna. If this actually,
this is me. I
don't
actually
think this is actually
plan to craft something. I know. You know, you're like where I'm
I don't
at.
think this is gonna happen.
I don't believe it's gonna happen either. Except that the deposit's been made by Melissa, so she's put a bunch of money behind it. She's proceeding with the ticketing stuff, Eventbrite or whatever it's going to be. She is coughing up this AI poster bullshit, and I got Jeremy Hopkin working on something there too. But there is good at some point in early 2026, I'll probably post a link to buy tickets on TorontoMike.com. Like, so it is happening.
Well, okay. Let me just be clear here for the people who may be misinterpreting what I'm saying. I do not think that Mike could. I think Mike could do something like this. My challenge is that this was not your idea.
No, not my idea. And I never had visions of doing this, and I never even had a desire to do this.
This is where, like, my challenge with this is like, this was not your idea. This is not your brainchild. And so therefore, how good could it actually be? You're kind of doing it because you feel like maybe you have to.
Yes, but I am wired such, as many are, maybe yourself as well. But like, if it's going to happen, you gotta go big or go home. Like, I'm not gonna half-ass something because I didn't think of this idea.
But why does it have to happen? Like, there's nothing here to say that you have to do this.
Because to me, again, didn't come from me. It didn't initiate this at all. But it is part of the great social experiment, because whether 2 people are there or 200 people are there, there's a story there. Like, there's a story either way.
This is gonna be great.
So
I don't know if
Funk is asking if anyone else is on the bill, and these early thoughts I'm having in my, let's say it's 75 minutes to 90 minutes, okay? In this thing I will present on this date in May, there are musical cues to accompany what I say that will be performed live on keyboard by Rob Pruce. So I won't be just Mike. Rob Pruce on keys will be accompanying me. So there will be cues, I would say, he'll know ahead of time, obviously, the cues which will result in specific songs he would play on the keyboard as I tell this story.
But I'm assuming he's in the union. Like, is he going to be playing for free?
I have no plans to pay Rob Bruce anything, but I have no plans. As we speak, and I'm being honest with you, I don't expect a dime from this. Like right now, it's going to be hours and hours and hours and hours of work.
Yes.
I will craft something. And I kind of have I don't want this to be some cheap $8 ticket or whatever, where it's like, I want it to be like a real thing, because part of this story is whether 2 people are there or 120 people. Like to me, that's part of the story.
I would pay $20 to go.
Yeah, see, I'm going to, again, I don't know. Payment is Great Lakes and lasagna. So Rob Bruce is probably swimming in Great Lakes beer. He leaves me once a month with Great Lakes beer, and he gets a lasagna anytime he wants. Same with Bob Willett. And you're getting both. You're getting that Great Lakes Elvis, and you're going to get a lasagna. So we got to get, I guess I have one more grievance, and then you have one more grievance.
Yeah, that's right.
But
and I got to go.
I don't have. Okay, yeah. So let's move on. Except to say, I don't have any more information.
I can't
on this,
wait.
But I believe it's happening. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. It just means as we speak, I believe it's happening.
I'm scared.
And I haven't put up a penny, but I don't expect a penny. And if Bruce wants a penny, he's going to be taking a penny from a guy who doesn't expect to make a penny. But if I made a penny, I don't know. Because I have to. If I made any money on this, which would be a shock to me if I made any money on this, obviously,
this whole thing,
Bruce would get a share of that.
I wonder. I don't even know how much it would cost to rent out the Elmo.
I know it's thousands of dollars. It's because it's thousands of dollars. Because I was very clear right off the bat that I'm not interested in paying a dime for this experience.
This is so great.
Okay.
This is
my last
great.
grievance is very quick here, and it's very quick, and I don't think it'll be a shock to anybody. But my grievance is with, and we're talking about 2025 here. Okay, I have a grievance with Canadians. You're a Canadian?
I am born and raised. Canadian passport's the only one I got.
Same for me.
It's the only one I'm entitled to as well.
Canada passport's the only one I'm entitled to. Maybe I get an Irish passport from my grandmother's side. I got to find out. Okay, so I only have one passport. It's Canadian. I'm a proud Canadian. Are you a proud Canadian?
I am very proud, yes.
Okay.
I have a flag in my backyard on a flagpole.
Love it. My Monica and I had an argument about a big flagpole during the height of this 51st state rhetoric from Donald J. Trump. I had this plan to put up a big flagpole and a big flag, and Monica didn't think that would be like something nice to see in front of our house. Like she wasn't sure.
Oh, you're going to put it in front of your house?
Yeah.
Oh, ours is in the backyard.
Well, Monica kind of vetoed it. Like we're both on this deed. I didn't feel I could do it anyway. We had a passionate discussion about it. Okay, we should get her on to talk about it. Okay,
yeah.
So I'll wrap this up quickly. My grievance is with Canadians who are still traveling to the United States of America for pleasure. Now, I'm not talking about the guy who has to go to Thanksgiving dinner because he married an American and her family is there and they got to visit the family. I'm leaving them out, even though that kind of bugs me, but on a different level. I'm leaving out the guy who's got to go travel there because work wants him to go meet a client, or maybe he's got to, maybe Wilner's got to go to, I don't know, Florida for spring training, whatever. So if it's professional reasons, if it's like, your family lives there and you want to see your mom or you want to see your brother, maybe they should come to you, but this is the whole side. So I'm literally talking about the people who, I'm going to Vegas for pleasure, to gamble and to have fun. I'm going to New York because I want to see something on Broadway. I'm going to a Blue Jays game in Detroit. I'm going to see the Bills play in Buffalo. I have a grievance with Canadians who are going to the USA for pleasure, considering the President of the United States of America has threatened to annex us and wants us to be the 51st state. And even though he gets distracted by other things and maybe he's going to bomb some Venezuelans for a little while, whatever he's up to, he still wants Canada to be a part of the United States. And I don't trust what comes next. Stay vigilant and stop going to that country for pleasure while Donald J. Trump is president of the United States of America. That is all, Elvis.
I got a question for you because I'm with you. Mrs. Elvis and I had a challenge with this. So
can I guess?
Yeah,
it's going to be a child who has a sports tournament in that country.
Correct. And
I've heard this story from others.
Yeah, we were polled as a parent group, like, are you comfortable in going or not? And my answer was, if this was a personal vacation, we would not be going. I would prefer not to go as a team. However, if the entire team is, or the decision is made by the coach, who ultimately is the ruler, he makes the final decision. If ultimately he decides that this is where the team is going to go, we will go, because I'm not going to put my son in a scenario where he has to learn that adults suck.
So you've uncovered one of the, like I mentioned, like if you had a family member you needed to visit, or maybe you own property and you have to go there.
Yep.
Like there are these areas where I can understand. Okay. And that would put that in that category. Okay.
But we struggled with it because we're like, is this a moment for us as parents to teach our children a lesson? And we opted not to.
I can tell you that we talked about
that was hard.
Humble. So you opted not to. So did the team go?
So we went.
Oh,
but we opted not to use it as a lesson for my son.
I see. So
we talked about it.
But
right?
if Mrs. Elvis said, I want to go see Mamma Mia in New York or whatever, it's our anniversary or whatever,
we would not be going.
Okay, so then I don't have a grievance with you.
Okay.
Damn it. I like having grievances with you.
I'm with you for the most part. But there are gray areas. It's hard. I also went to San Francisco for work. And I didn't want to go.
Right.
But it's hard to tell work that you can't go or that you won't go. And like all of the people I work with are American. And I think that they would have been sympathetic if I said I wasn't comfortable, but in this market, I'm not willing to put that again, like I feel like there was an opportunity for me to make a stand there and I didn't. So it's something that, we wrestle with, like, when is the parenting moment? When is when is the right moment to stand up for what you believe in versus not?
What about Disney? Like, what if your kids say, I want to go see Mickey Mouse?
We'll go to Paris.
See, okay, so you and I are on the same page here.
Yeah.
Okay. Glad to hear it.
We're hopefully going, maybe we're going to go away over the holidays, and if not, we'll go away in March break. Florida, California, somewhere hot is not an option.
Maybe Mexico.
We're going to Mexico. Yeah, we're going to an island or Mexico, somewhere that, is not the U.S.
Now, I did get flack from your favorite person in the FOTM group on WhatsApp, Dan J, who I think he, by the way, confirms. Dan J does confirm that shout out to Ridley Funeral Home about your dad passing was a Festivus in the backyard. So I guess we had a heater or something. It was cold back there. But that was a backyard episode Festivus we did.
It must have been warm. I mean, if you go back and look at the photos,
maybe we got a nice warm.
Yeah, we must have had because this is unseasonably snowy winter so far. Like, we've had snow as of November, and that's sometimes not the case. Like, sometimes we go all the way through November, December with no snow.
So Festivus, COVID couldn't kill Festivus. We did that in the backyard.
We did.
So I definitely got some flack from Dan. Like, he snapped at me because he decided to do a cruise or whatever, and he was in Alaska, which, by the way, fun fact, Alaska, part of the United States.
They are, yeah. It used to be Canadian, not anymore.
It was Russian.
It was Russian. Yeah, right. You're right. Sorry, we passed on buying it. That's
right.
What it was.
Russia sold it to the U.S. Back in the day. Did you know Louisiana belonged to France?
Yeah, I did.
I got some fun facts for you over here, Elvis. Okay, so Dan J was like having a pleasure cruise in Alaska, which, again, I'm not Dan J's daddy. I'm not in charge of Dan J. I'm disappointed that he's doing that, and this is a grievance I'm airing right now. But I didn't want to see in the group all the pictures of the fun he was having in the States. Like, fucking go, if you're going to do this, which I fucking don't care that you're doing it. I don't like that you're doing it. Like, I don't want to see all the photos. Like, I don't want to see FOTM send me, look, here's my picture on a Florida beach or whatever, having a great time here. Woo, the weather is great. Sorry, it's snowing up there. I don't want to fucking see that.
I think some people get upset by you being upset because they feel, there's a part of them that feels a little guilty about it. I think part of them feels like you have a point.
Oh, he's even chiming in. So real time, Dan J, we elected not to cancel and eat thousands of dollars for a trip already booked before Trump. Again, I don't want to see the pictures. Right. Like, go start a new group. My visit to enemy territory because I didn't want to eat the thousands of dollars it would have cost me. And then people who want to see it can go. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Final grievance is yours, Elvis.
All right. This one is related to the one, it's maybe a little cheap, but it's related to my mom passing away. Final grievance is with Rogers. I'm sure people die. I have no verified facts of this, but I'm sure people die every day that are Rogers customers.
I was going to say both are absolutely true.
That's my guess. However, it appears as though my mother might have been the first person that 3 people who work at Rogers, because that's how many times it took me to call and cancel her internet and TV and home phone. It took me 3 phone calls. After the first one, I was offered so my mom is dead. Like, she's gone. I was offered, would your mother like a Rogers branded MasterCard?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm like, are you serious, dude? Like, really? It took 3 calls. 2 of them I had to end prematurely because I was just like, this is ridiculous. I wasn't like upset. Like, I wasn't crying.
No, but that can be
But I'm
disturbing.
like, this is just, yeah. I mean, if someone's like, I can only imagine if someone was
And
like,
you don't even miss your mom.
if someone's like severely distraught, I'm sure they're like,
Right.
you know, oh my God, right? Like, you want my mom to have a MasterCard? Like, what the fuck?
Like, I would like nothing more than my mom to have a MasterCard right now. But my mom is fucking dead.
I did say for the final call, I was like, listen, because I knew the script at that point in time. I was like, listen, I don't want to do any, because they also want to downgrade you instead of like, you know, like, oh, you have like your TV packages. You know, my mother's TV package was like $380.
They take advantage of
It's
the
fucking
elderly.
crazy.
You know, they do this.
Yeah, this is insane. Oh fuck, I forgot about the song. This was for the second grievance, but this will work too.
We're gonna close with it.
Yeah, that's good. You know what we didn't play today though is the Christmas the Bono Christmas song.
I actually haven't loaded up, but you know, we're
fine.
going to hit
Wait,
2
yeah,
hours here,
yeah,
Elvis.
It's crazy. Rogers, like, the person is dead. Like,
I'm
give up
all
your
for
script.
grievances against Rogers, okay?
Give up your script. And you know what? In fairness to Rogers, not that I should be fair, I'm sure there's other companies, but because I'm the executor of my mother's estate, I have firsthand knowledge of companies that understand people die and how they like act on it, and then other companies who just like pretend like, oh my God, this is the first person ever to pass away. It's insane. But Rogers by far was the outlier in this, and like, they're just ridiculous. My mother needs a MasterCard. Are you crazy? And then like, you want to go from $380 to like, oh, well, you can just like downgrade her TV service. Shit, there's no one to watch
But
TV.
I think that's criminal to be charging anyone $380 for TV
insane.
because you're exploiting an 86-year-old woman
insane. And like, it's just
there.
insane.
Think about that.
It was the first thing that my brother and I were like, we got to get fucking rid
Was
of
that the
this.
Sportsnet package to watch all the Jays games?
She did love Blue Jays. She like the World Series run was super fun, and like, because she had passed away obviously before they ended up, making it there. But part of me was like, hey, they're doing this for my mom.
Is it true the wedged ball stopped her heart?
It's so craziness. That's nuts. But yeah, part of me was like, hey, you know what? The Jays are doing this for my mom. Good old Daphne would have loved watching, because she did love the Blue Jays. She would watch all the games. Yeah.
So listen to this song with me for a moment, Elvis, and then I'm going to ask you about it before we say goodbye. More George Michael.
This is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Elton John. I can't find.
Still get chills. So one of the things that my mom gave me was the love of music. She loved music. There was many times music in the house from a very young age. My name is not Elvis in real life.
Mind blow.
My mom's love for Elvis, though, was second only to her love for my dad. And I just remember Elvis being such a huge part of my life. And I also loved Elvis. This song, I remember when it came out, and she bought it on a CD single back in the day when you could buy singles.
Yes.
And I've probably heard this a million times, no exaggeration. We played this at my mom's funeral. It just really, she just loved this so much. Two of her favorite artists. It just like when I hear this song, I think of my mom. It's a great song, but it's a good memory of my mom. I probably came off as a huge asshole saying that I don't miss my mom, but I do miss, or I don't want to say regret, but I wish I had more memories like this of her. That's something that I miss, I think, of my relationship with my mom. I don't have many of these, which I think other people probably do. And I hope that my kids eventually will have more of these with me and Mrs. Elvis.
Elvis, I'm sorry for your loss, buddy.
Thanks, Mike. I don't have any other parents to die, though. Like, this is going to suck. I can't talk about dying parents on Toronto Mike. It's over. The sub-series of Festivus and talking about dead parents is over. This is it. I guess you only get 2 chances at that. At most. No, you could have step-parents. I don't have any step-parents.
And that brings us to the end of our 1,824th episode of Toronto Mic'd and our 9th annual Festivus episode. I can't wait for milestone episode 10. I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed, somebody will die.
Oh, man. I hope we get to do this somewhere else. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Although I do like the basement.
Well, we have
it gives me
12
safety.
months to figure this out, and
Gives me safety.
we'll come up with something. Yeah, this is your safe space.
Yeah, we could do it like in a pub or something. I like that. But what pub is open in the morning? I'm going to go see Santa now.
You're going to look in the mirror?
Yeah.
Go to torontomike.com for all your Toronto Mike needs, whatever they may be. I know, I wrote that one day and I've been using it, but AI did not write that line. I wrote that line. That's
See, you're
what matters.
funny. Use that at Elmo.
I was funny at Casa Loma, apparently. Much love to all who made this possible. That's Retro Festive.
Peace and love.
Promo code is FOTM. Great Lakes Brewery. You haven't heard this new ending yet, right?
No.
Because you don't listen to Toronto Mike.
That's
is that right?
fucking great.
So, Palma Pasta, Nick Ieni's, RecycleMyElectronics.ca, and Ridley Funeral Home. Can you name these bits? What's this?
Mr. Dressup?
Yep. What's this? That's the Zit Remedy. Everybody Wants Something from Degrassi Junior High.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Yes!
That's Gino, brother.
Does this...
What's this?
Oh,
Polka Dot Door.
yeah, that's it. Yeah. So is this, like, doesn't that automatically get your shit pulled off of YouTube? Just by virtue of the ending, or no? Or
This
it's too
version
short?
hasn't caused me issues yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
So everybody, this is it. Happy Festivus to everybody. Happy holidays to everybody.
Happy
the
Festivus.
next new episode, because I am taking a couple of days off now. The music's gone, but I'm still talking. But I'm going to my calendar now because I just want to see what the next new episode of Toronto Mic'd will be a chat I'm going to have on December 29th, which is 6 days from now, with Ben Rayner. So we're going to find out how Ben Rayner is doing. The last episode of Ben Rayner, the catch-up of Ben Rayner, was quite something. People had a lot of thoughts on it. We're going to see how you doing in the Maritimes, Ben. So we're going to chat on the 29th of December. I might drop a little special something on Boxing Day, but it won't be something I'm recording. Well, maybe a little bit of something I'll record on Boxing Day and a little special something. And then I will drop this 90-minute chat with the director of the CFNY documentary. I'm going to drop that on New Year's Eve. And I find the whole thing rather fascinating, even if others don't agree. But thank you for listening. Thank you for everything. Thank you to the Canadian Podcast Awards for that prestigious award. And thank you to my friend Elvis for dropping by once again on Festivus.
Thank God it's them and not you.